everybody. Good afternoon. It is a lovely January 9th, Thursday afternoon, so I hope you're all doing well. We're going to kick off by turning this music down a touch. And we're going to hop in on a little bit of data crunching. Just to start, there was some question about Gunlugger and melee talents, and so I really wanted to kick off the day by just asking the question and seeing what information we get out of the question. The answer period on that, so we'll do that first. After that, we're going to be doing some more of those Havoc 40 runs with JSAD and crew in order to figure out how best to push forwards with just ogrins. Now, that's obviously the hard challenge. The hard part of the challenge is just having ogryn's toolkit, right? Because ogryn, a little less flexible, a little less easy than other classes. Been talking about getting ogryn buffs for a little while now. But exactly what needs to be done is still not entirely clear to me. At the rank 76 ogryn, I'm not feeling particularly confident talking about exactly how we should change his talent tree around, except for a couple of obvious nodes that seem pretty out of place for me. So I'm still focusing on weapons because that's what I do best. And then we can look at talents as we go along and maybe get more familiar. So I want to just keep that on the table, that I'm not the best for the talent question. I understand the talents, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm going to be perfect at it. So we're not going to try. I'm not going to make those recommendations till I have some good recommendations. Let's start with the shield. This shield is one of ogryn's best weapons. If we're going to be running this bad boy, there's a question of which keystone to take, right? Now, I know somebody ran keystone-less. That's an interesting choice. We're not going to be taking no pushover and attention seeker here. We're going to be trying to get all the way into the keystone because that's really where the output is. 5% range damage. Do we care about that? What can I pull out to get that for me? Heavyweight. I probably want to keep heavyweight. That's a big win for me, damage-wise. And we're going to be taking the fire stacks for sure. We need more ammo. Suppressed enemies. Coward Culling. Out of curiosity, would the best way to do this just be to run down a different node? We got to build a Gunlugger build, so we're starting with that. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm making some guesses as to what would be the best. Suppression, 25%. I can do more suppression. That could be useful, I suppose. I could also take hard knocks. Agayak, hello. Top left keystone would be the one to drop for a keystone. You mean this like best defense component? Planish 20% toughness when hitting multiple enemies. This stuff. I feel like that's like so critical to your survivability that I imagine it's not pleasant at all to not have some of this stuff and this toughness node, especially in these high Havoc games. So my gut says we should try to keep that in order to preserve as much Gunlugger toughness and survivability. This is not perfect. This doesn't matter. So I would have to go, okay, so we're not going to do this. That's obviously not the right place. So we're going to have to live with the suppression node. What we're going to try to do first is just see if I can get FNP. Someone suggested going all the way to heavy hitter, and I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll try that. Okay, we got heavy hitter. What have we all sacrificed here? One of the 20% toughness nodes would be the one to drop down there if you gotta keep it up. Yeah, okay. Pacemaker. Hitting 5 or more enemies with a single attack grants 25% reload speed. That doesn't seem like I care. What I think I want is... I think that's... Man, these talents are not very thrilling, are they? These do not do anything. Oh, I get ranged kill, movement speed. Like, that's fine, I guess, if you're running a kickback. Out of curiosity, is kickback decent? Maybe we have to test out what's going to be best in boss damage. Like, is auto stubber the best option, or do we have other options we should be trying? Like, genuine question. I know Rumbler's not bad, but it's pretty light on ammo. So is kickback good? Does it not apply enough stuff? Pacemaker's mostly, yeah, for kickback. That makes sense. Kickback probably could work for Rumbler too. So I guess that stands to reason. Because of crit chains. Okay, crit chains. Yeah, that makes sense. What's up? Day 22,222. Yeah, got it. My plan is to only use the gun for bosses. Yeah, as it's our biggest issue has been running into bosses and not having an answer to the damage output we need. So the thought was, what if I run the horrifying Gunlugger and see what we can pull out together, right? That would be my thought there. You guys let me know if the music is too loud, too quiet, whatever. I'm still dialing it in. I've got it set to about what it was yesterday, but I'm just trying to remember. Discovering the severe limitation of a horn talent tree in real time. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this section. Nor this is kind of fine, although I will say that picking a grenade limiting my talent selection here kind of sucks. So Gunlugger with fire PPB is insane boss damage. Seems like a good plan. Okay. And thank you for your help, Agiak, on the boss damage. Expand. Really good speed buffs. Yeah, okay. Alright, so it seems like we've got a game plan here. Out of curiosity, has anybody tested Quirk Stubber as a damage dump into bosses? Because I'm curious if that's worth doing. Because it would give me more versatility, right? That would certainly give me more versatility. Okay, that's toughness regen. This is attack speed. So that's the node I need. So these are the two minimum nodes I need to make this viable. Then from here, we're going to go Unstoppable Momentum, Massacre. I can't get anywhere else. Okay, produce damage while bracing. I don't care about that. I feel like I don't need any of this. Like, what value am I getting out of any of this? This is all, like, the 5% rage damage, okay, fair enough. I don't care about 20% reduced damage. I mean, yes, it's great, but I can pick up damage reduction from other things, right? I don't have bleed, so maybe I should be going some other direction. But I want the rending on kill, so I have to go this way. Purpose probably has, but in general, Quirk been stubborn. Purpose. I don't know who Purpose is. Is that a player with some reputation for ogryn? I mean, I try to keep track of like the big names around here and the small names because I have literally watched people play this game who uploaded a video and they have 3 subscribers, and I have watched their video just to see what their gameplay was like and see what their experience was like because I'm curious. And sometimes people post interesting things, so you know, I will get recommended random tiny videos and I'll watch them. I'll even comment on them. If you ever post a video, I could show up in your chat. Silly Disaster, sacrificing the 20% for single enemy heavy hit for 20. Yeah, okay. So my thinking was... I see what you're talking about. So you're saying if I do single enemy hit and I sacrifice it, but I get these stacks, but this gives me kills. I think single enemy hit is underrated because when do you need to be punching? When do you need your melee toughness to be at max? You need it when you're fighting elites more than hordes because hordes are very easy to manage with just melee attacks. Though obviously you want generation. So I think having both of these is actually the bigger part of the survivability kit. So we're gonna goofball it. Critical chance, killing an enemy grants. Okay, so I'm not gonna be doing a lot of shooting, right? It's only boss damage I care about, and I've got fire stacks. So I don't think I need anything in here except for like I would like to have this, and the toughness damage reduction would be fine. So instead, I mean, I'm taking a shield, right? So why don't I take Attention Seeker, and why don't I take Bruiser if I can? Okay, question. I've got a point now. What should I lose? I don't want to lose heavyweight. That's going to be required. I could, for each enemy hit during the same melee attack, gain plus 2 point. Okay, yeah. I could drop this toughness though. That's going to be a huge impact on my survivability. So this is, I think I ditch Attention Seeker and I run Bruiser. Okay, I think that's the way I do it because I'm going to get combat ability cooldown. Though, do I need combat ability cooldown considering how few bosses there are? And oftentimes spawns are turning off for bosses. Kerfus is one of the Ogronomicon guys. I might know him as Fire. I know Fire Ant, so I appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know that he does videos, but I've spoken with him, so at least I know who he is now. If you ever have time, check out my True Ogryn Duo Monstrosity Maelstrom video. Mixpan. I might have even already seen it, but I will keep an eye out for it. And if I do find it, I will leave a comment. Pretty cool that you did an Ogryn dual monstrous maelstrom though. That's very fun. I bet that was a lot of fun to do actually. Payback time applies to range damage and procs when you block. Blocks when you block. You don't have. You just. Oh. It procs when you block? I thought you had to actually take damage, but no, I suppose hits. Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, it seems to me that the answer is you take Tension Seeker and Payback Time. You block an attack from Boss Man, you swap, and you just mag dump, right? That seems like the best possible way to do this. Steady Grip, Toughness Recovery over Toughness Node. I have Steady Grip. This is, in my opinion, this is the correct way to run Ogryn, just like period in Havoc. Like I don't know why you wouldn't take any of this, and then you can take your pick of grenade based on how you're pathing. I think this Bombs Away is worse than Frag Bomb, but I think this provides more control, so it has a positive upside. Since you get 6 grenades, you chuck grenades everywhere, and just a bunch of stuff gets damaged, right? So I think it's an adequate choice, but you could easily path into Frag Bomb instead. I've been trying it out in Havoc to use it as basically control for my Gunlugger. Bruiser is only useful for using alt delete. Bruiser, what's Bruiser? Where's Bruiser? Bruiser, that's batter. Yeah, not that. It's a big stash. There is Light Destruction, Dominate, Implacable. Stop, too stubborn. What? Anybody know where Bruiser is in this tree? Like, oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, all right, sorry. That was just an absolute brain damage moment. So Bruiser is 4% combat ability cooldown. That's only useful when you're using ult for elite hordes. Yeah, okay, very valid point. I think I would only ult into an elite horde if it was a pile of drag ragers, right? Otherwise, I'm not going to shoot them. So that's going to be like the one use case of my ult that's not bosses, and that's the one use case of my ammo expenditure. So, and they're going to have to keep me stocked up because I'm going to be spending ammo on bosses. My other thought was to try a cleaver with, but I'm not going to run Confident Strike either, just for the mobility, and because then I can do better damage into the shield. Yeah, that was a pure Ogryn moment for me, not going to lie. I think rock is important if you're not shooting, same as knife for zealot killing specials. Okay, let's actually ask the question. I'm getting impact, so I'm going to get more stagger if I take rock, which could be good on Glugger. What do I lose? I lose 15 toughness. I could pick up 15 toughness here, but I don't have points, so I'm pathing out of 3 toughness. I'm not running FNP this way if I'm doing it this way, so that's a negative for me. Okay, let's set this up as other Glugger. What is this build? This is my, I don't even, what are you looking at here? Oh, this is my knife FNP build. Alright, so we're going to take knife, slaughter, savage sweep. We're just going to rebuild this thing, but instead of doing this, we're going to do FNP, because I think FNP is just such great survivability. And we're going to talk through, we're going to go through this, we're going to take FNP. This may save us some points, so this is going to be interesting. I got 2 points back for that. Pretty sick. Burst limiter override. Burst limiter override is hysterical on Rumbler. I don't think it's good for anything else, but if you're just clicking like crazy on Rumbler, I think it affects per click. And so it seems to me that I get more ammo on Rumbler than I should. And I can fire, like, every time I ult, I get like 6 free shots. What bursts are best for the chainsword? Depends on your mode. Are you doing Oryx or are you doing Havocs? I guess actually it might be the same regardless. You want the Cleave Blessing, Savage Sweep. No, wait, that's different now. The Cleave Blessing now that you want is Wrath, which is on chained hits for Chainsword. It gets a higher total cleave value than it used to, and it's better now. And then you typically want, if you're doing a nominal build for any class, you want Rampage. if you're doing a crit-focused build, you want Shred. And that's how you do it. So, Chainsword crit, by the way, is actually really good, and people are really underestimating how much crit you can get out of how fast that weapon swings and all the value that weapon brings to the table. So if you're running what you should do is, if you're doing crit, run the Mark 13G, and you will get, and then run Shred and run Wrath to get more cleave, and then just crit all day by light, and just light swing all day. Just infinite light swings, as much attack speed as you can get, and just constant crits, and you will enjoy your Chainsword experience. And then the thing about the Mark 13G is the heavy attacks are almost entirely useless, so you should never use them except for to use a revved heavy attack into elites. Otherwise, you just literally don't bother. They're so bad. I don't know what... I have no idea what the value proposition is when light attacks can do just as much, pretty much. The other Chainsword, the default Chainsword, actually has a value proposition for the heavy attacks and is quite decent. Bruiser is god tier for knocking elite hordes on your ass. Yeah, it is. Bruiser is in... I was playing a game, I think it was yesterday, but it might have been on stream, or it might have been on one of my recorded videos, but I got 4 charges off in a single elite fight, which is just like, there's so much bleed going everywhere. The enemy doesn't even get to participate anymore. I've just staggered them all. I am like just a walking trauma staff with that many charges, right? BLO can proc when you try to fire on an empty magazine, so it could generate free ammo on Rumbler, assuming they didn't fix that. As far as I know, they haven't fixed that. I didn't hear anything about that, and I don't know of it, so I think that's actually hilarious. If you're doing Gunlugger without tree, you need heavy hitter, I think, otherwise you'll be hanging out. That tree also has DR on the way down, so you don't lose much as FNP. Well, it does. It has DR on bleed. It's too stubborn to die. The only other DR in this, like, I don't know what other DR is in here in this tree. Like, the bleed DR is in there, but that's it, right? So, yeah, there's nothing. Like, I think, what, you can get toughness replenishment, so you're not getting the DR unless you're running this way. That's the big thing. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but... Is the bleed special good for single-handed chain weapons? It's been a long time, but the last I tested it, it didn't do any specific breakpoints. It's good on the Mark IV chain axe because it gets you into Mauler body shot one-tap revs and Rager one-taps if they don't die from headshot as it is. I think they died of body shot, and it kills bulwarks and reapers with the bleed stacks with revs, even light rev, I think. So that's where the bleed is really good. I think the bleed is fine on Chainsword, but you have to ask the question, like, what are you sacrificing? Okay, you're sacrificing either Shred or Rampage, which are both straight damage buffs, which you always get all game long, or you're sacrificing your cleave blessing Wrath, which just makes it feel really bad into hordes. The bonus damage Wet Carrot on Chainsword would be Flak Maniac. You could also do Unarmored and Flak if you're willing to have slightly reduced TTKs on Maniac targets. And that should be okay because you can stagger Trappers, and you should still... I don't think you get the one-tap rev breakpoint on Muties, though, which is a negative. The 15% DR with charging heavy attacks. Right, okay, that's fair. And a 10% note. Wouldn't say that top part is the single best way to run under. Steady Grip is worthless on a melee Ogryn. Kickback. Steady Grip is not worthless on a melee Ogryn, and it's actually a bad take. Steady Grip does everything for a kickback. So you're thinking of the ability wrong when you say it does nothing on kickback. It does nothing on kickback while you are shooting your kickback. But what you can do is you can just pull your gun out and stand there holding your gun, your comfort gun, to regain toughness at any time. It is the only passive toughness regen node on Ogryn that lets you just decide to have toughness now. And you need that sometimes. Sometimes there are too many enemies around, your armor is whatever. Like, if you go look at my meta build, I do a thing where I have my stubber out. I know we're just staring at a screen, so let's just stop staring at a screen for a second. We're going to go into the Psychonium, okay? Let's say you're holding your kickback. You can do it on empty, by the way. So let's say you're holding your kickback. You're out of ammo even. Doesn't matter. Because what you're actually doing is you're generating toughness. In my meta build, you have a scene where a Tox Bomber in Havoc 40, and it is literally I'm just standing around in the gas, right? I think I had a stubber, but it doesn't matter. I'm standing around in Tox Gas, and all I'm doing is holding right click, and I am taking no health damage, no corruption. I'm just standing here doing this. And that's free. It's whenever you want. Vivid is right, the talent tree on Ogryn is terrible. I'm just not qualified to fix it. Like, I've tried to say this as carefully as I can be. Like, I don't, like, I'm level 76 on Ogryn. How am I supposed to make good decisions about the talent tree when I've played him for, like, sub 100 hours? Like, I'm good at the video game. That's why I can go beat Havoc 40 with Ogryn. But I'm not going to be able to invent a good and interesting talent pool with Ogryn. You guys will just end up very disappointed. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make recommendations I'm not 100% certain on. I will take recommendations from people. If you want to go drop by my Buff Ogryn video and drop your comment in there, I'm going to harvest those in and I'm going to turn them into a feedback sheet. I'm going to use that. But I'm not qualified. What I can do is I can study weapons really thoroughly and recommend buffs for the weapons that are independent of the talent tree. And I know I'm going to do a good job on that because that's what I'm good at. So I'm going to focus on what I'm good at and avoid doing things that are going to be wrong because I don't want to ruin your class, right? This isn't my class. I don't play this class. I don't want to ruin your class. I want to learn the class so it can become my class so I can make good recommendations. But until I do that, I'm sticking with guns. I'm sticking with melee weapons because I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these, right? So I will let other people have the opinions on how to fix the talent tree, and I will just fix the weapons so that you guys can enjoy the class however it gets buffed. And the other thing is about weapons. Okay, fixing a talent tree, that's got to be a lot of work, right? They don't move that talent tree very often, right? And I think that only having 60 toughness, full HP field. I mean, hey, look, you might be right. I don't play enough Ogryn to say whether or not the toughness versus HP in Havoc 40 is a problem. But what I can say is that if you have enough skill, you can get away with bad builds, right? You can get away with bad builds with easy stuff. Well, it's not. So I don't think Steady Grip is a crutch at all. I think it's a utility. Like you're talking about, so like let's just rehash a scenario. Okay. I've got no like coherency toughness regen is almost never active because of the slot system. There's usually an enemy around. When it is active, that's nice, but but I only get that when combat's not happening. So if I need to get toughness back because there's a shooting fight going on, or I've taken a bunch of damage and I want to have some, but there's not melee enemies around, I can dip around a corner, right? I can dip around a corner and I can go like this. And my toughness shoots back up. However much toughness I have, it shoots back up, right? It goes right up to the top really fast. I think it's bugged and does like 15% instead of 5 or whatever it is. But the point is that like that's on-demand toughness regeneration. I can even do it in a horde. You can just dodge while holding your button. And you can get your toughness back. Now you don't need to because if there's a horde on you, you just slap them, right? Like that's fine. But the point is, it's on-demand toughness regen and it's very cheap to get. It's a couple of points and it's in path. So for most cases, I don't see a problem with it. I think it's very useful. Okay, let's like Mr. 135, I understand your point, and I'm not saying you're fundamentally wrong. And I don't have full experience with all the different builds, but I think you're underestimating the utility, the utility value you get out of on-demand toughness generation. Hey, Ace-san. Is it Ace-san? I think. Yeah, I have a lot of disappointment in the Ogryn as a class, but I do think that he's very playable in Havoc 40. I just think that he needs a lot. So like this tree, I wouldn't know what to do with this tree, but I can tell you what to do with his weapons. So that's what we're going to talk about, his weapons, because I know how to fix these. Because I studied them, right? I've done it.
I hear whispers in my mind. Xenos whispers.
Okay, let's just make sure I'm caught up, and then we'll talk shop. Okay, so
shifting cloak.
Okay, so let's see here. What I need 2 nodes. So let's just grab 2 nodes so I can say this build is done. What would I take? I could take Hard Knocks. That's free health for me if I take Hard Knocks. I could also take And reduction, I don't need that. Bleeding enemies, I'm not going to be bleeding, but I can't afford that either. But I can take 5% melee damage. Or should I take... I don't need this. This is garbage. Yeah, I think an easy ogryn toughness, a buff to toughness would be a simple choice. I do kind of think that a lot of his issues, he does have base 20% DR, so, you know, you could stack more DR on him as well, just to make him feel tougher. So I don't know if he needs that. I mean, he's pretty tanky if you're running Feel No Pain, even into Havocs. I mean, it's surprising how tough he can be. Yeah, the other thing is Steady Grip is really good with the stubbers. If you're not running a stubber, it's fine. Massacre. Where's Massacre? Massacre. Enemy critical chance. Yeah, so we'll just take Massacre. Yeah, I think that's the choice, right? That gets us a crit chain. So this is FNP. It does make our gun a little better with FNP. And then we've also got a build that's heavy hitter. Okay, so we're gonna take these in. Isn't the right tree better with the attack speed and heavy buffs? So extra. So this build is a Gunlugger build, and the only intended use case for my gun is to shoot bosses. So we're gonna what we're gonna test today is Massacre even good with? I don't know the answer to that question, Soggy. That's my question. Is kind of like, is there any even point? The CD is so long on Gunlugger, the CDR might be the play. Is that a problem though? Into bosses? And Erico, I mean, I'm open to suggestions here. I'm not saying I know what I'm talking about. I'm just asking the question. Yeah, so it's very hard, Smoku, to peel. That's where Indomitable is critical. If you want to go peel, you need Indomitable, because Indomitable is your mobility if you're running a shield. I don't know if you can link this chat either. If you tell me what it's under, like what it's named exactly, I will search it and I'll go look. Lantern, Dark Tide. I mean, this is a good point. If you're running a proper metagame, Psyker is going to give you plenty of cooldown. We are not running a game with Psyker, though. We are running 4 Ogryns in a little bit here. Magic Bullock is a joke in 90% of cases, which is just tragic, because it is kind of funny. Let's go to solo. Here's what we need to know. We need to know, not in Damnation, but in Havoc, because we're going to be playing this in Havoc. This is a Havoc-focused build. What is the TTK difference in these two scenarios? So we're going to use a choke point, I think, on this bridge, because it's a nice choke point to fight into, and we can use like an alley maybe. What would be the best choke point? That would be like the most accurate. I think probably this bridge is about right. This is a little too wide. I could funnel them through this door to get like a maximum TPK.
I stand ready to assist.
I could do it on these stairs. Like, these stairs are pretty good as a good choke. But they're not far enough away for me to spawn everything without... Well, I could be invisible and spawn everything and then be uninvisible. All right, we'll fight down this staircase. This is a pretty like it's not perfectly real, but it's good enough. Because our question is just, okay, we're gonna take heavy hitter with shield, and then we're gonna switch to the other build with shield, and we'll try cleaver as well. We'll just get those times. Another thing we can probably test here is, and we'll just do Poxwalkers and runners, because that's pretty common. And all that matters is that these are self-similar tests, because we're not going to have like a perfect one-to-one with our other results. Okay. Not shooting, right? All right, let me catch up chat real quick. Sorry, I had to do some counting. I can't do that at the same time. If you're only bossing, I would think to treat like a flamer. Yeah, I'm basically going to pull it out only as an oh shit button. It's my emergency button into hordes and ragers, specifically the light ragers. I do like the Ogrynheimer type build with Lucky Bullet Rumbler. That's one of my favorite builds, Smoku. It's the only Gunlugger build I've ever run that I cared about, because it's really entertaining to just get a bunch of free shots out of the Rumbler. I think that one of the things I want to look at, and obviously this would require some testing, but I've talked about it in terms of like stepping over downed enemies, but I'd really like to look at just increasing the general stamina, dodge count, and mobility of all his weapons. Like that way he just moves around faster. So I suggested possibly reducing his swing, or increasing his swing speed, increasing his swing speed. And the response to that I got was negative. People want his swing speed to be low. So I'm not gonna touch that. Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend any, at least I'm personally not gonna recommend any changes to swing speed. Except maybe on the cleavers, but like maybe, probably not. So we're gonna leave him as is, but maybe we can make his foot speed and ancillary mobility better. That's what I'm thinking. Like dodges need to be fixed, mobility, vaulting, stuff like that need to be fixed, and that way he can just be better. So Ace-san, sorry, I'm gonna get that wrong like a million times. I think Lucky Bullet definitely triggers on the stubber, and it does fire longer, but does that matter? Like, that's the genuine question. Like, does it really do enough to matter? And I don't think it does compared to the other options. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to turn off invisibility. I need to trigger my record, and we're going to go hit these things, okay? Corrupt. Oh, I downed. Well, that didn't feel too good. Let's try again. This is not a choke I'm used to fighting in, so I don't know. Maybe it's like a particularly bad one for control.
I make myself
Like, we have to ask the question. That didn't go well. Yeah, extra thick is right. I mean, we do definitely need the attacks to actually do some damage. Like, they are way too weak. So, 100%. A few more songs to this. Give me just a second. This is getting a little repetitive. So, Vivid, I don't think we can turn off disablers for Ogryn. I mean, he has an ability that can do it, 2 actually, I think, but I don't think we can turn off dog pounces for Ogryn. That doesn't make, that wouldn't be, that's a gameplay balance problem. Cleave targets is definitely an area to buff, as well as cleave stagger. That's 100% an area to buff to help him better control things better. What I want to say here is, like, okay, so we probably can't make the 1,000-pound man, because he is enormous, right, and powerful, but we probably can't turn off disablers. What we can do is make him feel better into other targets with various melee attacks and stuff like that. Like that, it is necessary to do that to make him good. All right, we try again. And do this without dying this time. Warm up round, I guess. Do you notice I'm getting corrupted from just hitting these guys? What is going on? Is there goo on the stairs that I don't see? No. Weird. Okay, well, I got a time. That's good enough. Ace, I had a dream of a new weapon. With $10, thank you, Ace. That's very generous. I really appreciate it. I will now read your message. I had a dream of a new weapon, a relic eviscerator. Basically a relic sword-sized eviscerator with the engine above the guard and a long saw teeth on each side of the blade. It was a good dream. Dude, if you, so I have a video. Maybe you've seen it. I think you've probably seen it. I was getting hit. I didn't hear whooshes or anything. Like I didn't see any hits coming in or like hear any like whoosh noises. But Ace, if you go watch my video, I hate the Eviscerator. That is exactly the kind of weapon I proposed. And God, I wish it was real. So, Reaver, funny story. Check this out. See this ability? Pained Outburst? When Feel No Pain reaches 0 stacks, you push back enemies and replenish 20% toughness every 30 seconds. This will knock dogs off of you. This will knock dogs off of you. Striker, hi man, I just want to say your H40 Ogryn runs are an inspiration to me, currently on 36. Hey, that's great. I am happy to hear it. That's actually kind of why I've been doing so many, aside from just testing stuff and trying to work out how to make Ogryn better with my lack of experience on the subject. I think it's great to be able to showcase that you can do it with Ogryn, and also to get other people who are playing to be more flexible with their Havoc selections, right? Because I know for a fact it can be done and it's not even bad. Like if you're running the right build on Ogryn, it's fine. It's just legitimately fine. I think this Havoc condition is my problem. I bet if I turn this off and I just run none instead and I play this, I'm going to get no corruption. Axlu American finally beat Havoc 40 today. Congratulations. And you did it on console. That's a tough challenge. I think you got a difficulty mod. I think you get some pride on that one. There was a green mob in there. Yeah, but the green mobs weren't leaving any goo behind. Like, I was just taking corruption. Let's do it again. We'll see if I get any corruption this time, right? I gotta do another test anyway. So, all I did was turn off that hidden modifier, and we're just gonna try it. Shield without heavy hitter or the taunt, 25% damage boost. So, yeah, it's actually okay, but it's not amazing. But you're getting the bleed stacks typically in a typical build that I run. So that gets a lot of damage, and it's just decent. So, I think I just lost my train of thought. Hold on. Compare that to Ironbreaker. You could knock off all disablers, whereas this is just dogs for the least scary grabber. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but it is a different game. We do have different mechanics, so we have to keep that in mind, right? It's possible with stairs, though. I mean, on stairs, they typically render that goo. Curios am I running? It's all toughness. Gunners, combat, ability regeneration, and one has stamina regeneration, because Ogryn stamina regen is so slow, and I want more. So that's, you know, hot take. It's good to have stamina, especially if you're going to be shoving stuff. Okay, so we're doing Feel No Pain, right? There. No, +3 stamina. I need as much toughness as possible in Havoc, in my opinion, in order to avoid taking health damage and chip. Alright, so all I'm going to do is walk down the stairs and do this. Did your first few at work games and it feels impossible, but it's fun. Just the casual things. Welcome to the fun part of the difficulty to be playing some of these Oric games. That's where the game really gets exciting. And when I first did Oric, I thought it was impossible too. I was like, this is insane. And I started to get better at the game, and I started to cruise through Orics, actually. Now I only think it's fun half 40. So the difficulty curve in this game is insane, but it's really cool. Asen says he had one of the most fun chain axe moment recently with MK3 with Slaughter and Headtaker with Smite Psyker. That's great. I think that's the fun. I think it's a fun way to play it as Psyker. I think it really is. All right, here we go. Ready? See, I was just taking corruption for no reason. Don't worry about the damage. We're not here to test damage. We test times. Excuse you? Telling you, I took no damage. We'll go review the footage. I don't think anybody hit me. There was no whooshing noises. I've done melee only as ogryn. We did a melee only. I posted that game. You can go find it in my log. We did melee only ogryn, four stacking ogryn. It was a bit of a long, slow game, but we did it. Drunk Panda says that monstrous orcs are my favorite. They're my favorite too. I want monstrous havocs. Give me monstrous havocs. Light Forger said he bid his first H43 man with an ogryn. The slab does good work with the right player. Yes, it does. And congratulations for your H40. You see the bar totally corrupted. Yes, but so it is. But look, I'm taking this damage, but hang on. We'll just run it back. Like, I can do everything you're asking me to do to task. I'm telling you, I wasn't eating hits. It wasn't coming through. What did I have? I had this turned on. The Garden Encroaches. So we'll reload it, and I will just kill some Poxwalkers and without taking any damage, and I bet I will get corrupted. I killed that guy, and I took corruption. I'm taking corruption from whatever modifier this is, just beating these guys. There's nothing on the ground. See? This is Blight Spread, but worse. Because there's nothing on the ground, look. And look, I'm standing where the Blight should be. I'm not taking corruption. This, whatever modifier this is causing me to get corruption by punching them. This is called the Garden Encroaches. And this is disgusting. Because they're going to reduce your ammo and then like hurt you. This can't be real. It's not one of the ones that's real. So we're just going to accept that that's not a real modifier. It's probably a placeholder. So we can't criticize something that doesn't exist yet. I've never seen this before now, so that's why I was so confused. I was like, what the heck is going on? This is insane. Nice and early kiss while dying. Yeah, I mean, that's how it feels, right? How am I supposed to range kill all the enemies when I don't have enough ammo to shoot all game? Like, that just isn't a thing. Okay, so the other question we had, I mean, we can use the times anyway. It's not going to affect anything, as we've got Slaughterer, right? So we're going to take this. Did I change the... I took that off, right? I'm getting lucky with the green guys. It's gonna Brainial Corruption only. Yeah, okay, so it must have been a modifier that was making them turn green like that. So we'll play it again. We'll play it back. Yeah, MXPan. I agree. You know, if you don't have it and you're not playing on console, you can get MMT and you can go find any monstrous orcs that were available and you can just play those anytime you want.
As punctual as your reputation promised, we require your expertise.
Not killing a Poxwalker in just one hit is insane. Look, this is a heavy attack. Why is he alive? This knife is the same size of his body. And I know it's like, okay, we're doing counter perspective, but go look at it on the go look at it in the store on the fencing. This is wrong. Ogryn should at least always kill the first small target he hits, as long as it's not wearing heavy armor. Like, there's just no way. All right, 1, 2, 3. Discounted. I lost what I was doing. Look at how long it took me to get a Slaughterer stack. That's so gross. Someone suggested in my comments just make this thing have the base stats of the heavy sword, and I think that's a good idea. I'd have to look at it more closely, obviously, but like as a starting point, just modeling this off the heavy sword would make the most sense. Because we know the heavy sword is fine. We know it's not an OP insane weapon, so that would solve the problem, right? Average QA Starbucks. It's 50. I need to go the other way and get the other 50. That's the other 50. Alright, we're going to use knife here and just see how the performance is. Did it wrong. It's fine, we'll just roll with it. Fair if I take damage. Test. Alright, cool. We got that killed. And I didn't record. Big dumb moment. Big dumb ogryn moment. We gotta start it over anyway. Okay.
Maggots everywhere.
Do it again. We run it back, but this time we hit the record button first. Let's try this again. Need to initiate out push attack, but I keep forgetting. We got the record. Special playtesting moment. True. True. Imagine that in a Mobian 21st Herald. I've run this knife through Mobians, and it doesn't feel awful with if you take the Savage Sweep. That's when it feels okay. They're off grabbing the table from downstairs to beat them with. I mean, it does really feel like that with the ogryn weapons. It's like, what is this a knife or is this a club? Because it swings and hits like it's a club. Surely the giant torso-sized sharp knife should be able to cleave at least one head. But no. What I should be doing is push attack, but since I've done it wrong twice in a row, I might as well do it wrong for the other build. Stands to reason. And the only reason I want to test knife is because knife could be good for shield DPS and for mobility, which will help me move and be safe in fighting. I know I'm taking damage like an idiot, but that's not the point. Alright, we try it. Got 50. Now we need another 50. I got that counted right because it's in my mind. Okie dokie. Multiple hits to kill Chaff is absurd on the big boy. So we gotta fix that. I've been saying, for the record, you know, I got started in this whole YouTube thing because I used to browse the forums on Darktide, and I was trying to make recommendations on weapons. And the first thing that happened to me was like, I played ogryn a little, and was like, hey, have we considered just giving the ogryn like a one-tap breakpoint on basic trash mobs for all his weapons? That's still my position. It's been 2 years. I don't know what to tell you. It's insane that he does it. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You can really feel this attack speed. It makes this a lot safer into melee hordes. Well, it certainly was faster. There's no way that wasn't. Here's the other thing we need to test, okay? We're going to do it out here because that's how I roll. And that's how I've done it before, so we can have a nice even comparison. We need to test Tech this, see if there's any difference that I need to care about. So it's going to be heavy, light, light, heavy. Maybe the odd punch in there. And I just have to try not to die. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the dodge. Classic moment. I thought I had the dodge, but I think that was a moment where I missed my dodge timing due to the lack of a what do you call it, the generous timing thing. This is gonna be annoying because he's got a different head. Can I turn up? I should turn off critical corruption. All right, sorry. We'll try to just make it balanced.
I anticipate that your study of tertiary systems will improve our efficiency.
Again, I missed the dodge. I dodged left into that post. Not familiar with the terrain. Linger, thank you. Not dueling sword, heavy sword. Did I say dueling sword? I meant heavy sword. No, he said make the knife a dueling sword. No more dueling swords. We nerf the dueling sword. Dueling sword dies. Oh, dang it.
As punctual as your reputation promised.
There we go. I need to not die on that, and I need to go kill these ogryn. We'll try again. So poorly. Maybe I should use more special attacks. Like, is that my issue?
Requested my counsel. Techno-archaeology.
2, 3, 4. This is all heavy dudes' heads. How do you become a member? Yeah, so Mixpan, if you want to become a member, there is a join button next to the subscribe button. You hit that, and then you pick your membership level. I might add 2 more levels, like a couple of mid-time ones, but yeah. But thank you for your generosity, genuinely. Have I tested the LLH is better DPS than the light heavy loop? I actually have not, so you're thinking this, just... I bet that's better. I bet that's better. Okay, we try it. Never gonna kill these guys in any kind of time that matters. Like, I think we could just take that as the takeaway for the knife. Like, that was such a long time to be fighting those. So if I take knife, Crushers and Havoc are not my target unless I've got friends, which I will have friends, so like I can add some DPS, but it ain't gonna be much. I'm just gonna take that as my takeaway. Like, that's gonna take so long, it's not worth further investigation. Let's just try. And again, this is with heavy hitter, by the way. That's right, I don't have the bleed either. We're gonna take the shield, we're gonna see if the shield feels any better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, I got the ideal head distribution here. This is the worst one. Sweet, Meg. Jesus. Made a hit. Don't worry about it. Doesn't affect my breakpoints or TTK. Oh my god. So slow. This is with heavy hitter. Wait. Think lag on the punch? Yeah. I'd like to tighten up his timings a little bit too. Like his transfer timings. Not necessarily to make him feel like super easy, but it'd be nice if things just move between things a little faster so that, yeah, you still have the slow attacks you have to deal with. The action economy into different actions was better. Yes, McSpan, you were probably correct. It's probably not available on phone. I've noticed that watching stream on phone is actually really hard for some reason. So I'm amazed you can even chat with me on your phone because I can't chat with other people on my phone. I'll drop by like Telepots' stream and I'll have to like drop by my computer every few minutes to type something to him. And then I'll be listening on my phone because I'm like doing stuff around the house. If knife, you need compliment with high damage weapon like Rumble. Yeah, I think you're right. So, and that's typically how I run it. So I was hoping I could do this and then do like knife and have a Crusher answer. This doesn't feel good into Crushers either. I mean, like I killed them, but it wasn't great without. And this was on heavy hitter, so if I took Feel No Pain, it'd probably feel even worse, right? Because I'm getting extra damage from that. So I think the hot take here is if I'm doing this, I'm not getting damage. I could take Pickaxe. Maybe Pickaxe is the right choice. Or what about Club? Is Club better or slower than into Crushers? It's bad into everything else, so I don't think I want it. So I guess I would probably want to continue to I would either take a Cleaver. I could take a Cleaver with Thrust, but I want Savage Sweep really badly, and I want Slaughterer. So I could take a Shovel. Would a Shovel be good? Ogryn with 2 shields is still the best idea, I've heard. TTK without bleed is sucky. It seems that way. Yeah, I do think that if the knives got better carapace, it'd be okay. I was thinking like the basic idea would be to put them in line with the heavy swords for starters. The shovels are great for Crushers, but does it have better mobility than a pickaxe? Like I don't remember off the top of my head. What's the mobility? There. It doesn't show me dodges, so I can't tell without going all the way into the inspect screen. And I don't want this one because it's bad. So let's just look at the Brute Brainer. Let's go inspect this. What are my dodges? Dodge limit 4, dodge distance minus 10, basically. It didn't update. Hang on. Please update. Please update. 4 minus 10. Okay, same. Whereas with the pickaxe, I get 4 dodges and Okay, hang on. You're telling me that the pickaxe has a better dodge distance modifier than the shovel, the one-handed weapon. Like, we agree this just happened to us, right? Like we're that is a big oof. That's a giga sigh. That's insane. That's disgusting. I find that completely unreasonable. How did this happen? How did this happen? What the hell? I know this has 4 dodges. This has 4. So the Carcella's pickaxe has the same number of dodges and a sprint speed that's decent. Hang on. 4 plus 4 stamina. Okay. Sprint speed 0.49. So, hang on. So the knife is like only marginally better at sprinting, and it actually has hold the phone. Dodge says 9 minus 9%. I know my ability is my dump stat, but it should be my dump stat here. Defenses, hold on. Defenses. What? This? What's going on? You've got to be kidding me. You've got to actually be like punching me in the face right now with this insanity. This is just the better mobility. Are you fucking serious? Excuse me, I'm going to curse for a moment here. Are you fucking serious? Are you actually shitting me right now? This is disturbingly stupid. Why does the pickaxe, the two-handed thunderhammer equivalent for Ogryn, have better mobility than the knife? I don't care that I dumped to 60. How is that even an option? I mean, okay, let's say Agayak is right, and the picks were made with a modern game in mind. That's fine, that's fair. I'll take that one. Where's my buff on the knife? Like, why didn't that just happen? That is not a hard code change. That is a line item in a Lua file. I can go find the Lua file and show you where to change it. unironically, I can do it right now. Hang on, I'm gonna go do it right now. I'm gonna show you where you can change this thing. Like this is how did this not get moved in with this? Like how what? Hang on, I gotta go open up their script. I gotta go. We're gonna all do this together right now. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. Because this bothers me. This bothers me on a deep level. Hang on, everybody. We're gonna go look at my Microsoft Edge window. Okay. Oh, it's only showing the. Oh, hold on, I gotta set my filters correctly. Hang on, a second. Yep, cool. There you go. All right, we're gonna go find this. Here's all the weapons. Okay. All the weapons. Here is the clubs, heavy stubbers, knives, ogryn. Aren't they considered just knives? Like they're considered combat blades for some reason. Combat blades. Ogryn combat blade. Okay, I think M3 is this one. Okay, here we go. Local hit priority, default weapon box, melee, sticky, disallow. This should be action inputs, wield, unwield. So these are things you can modify, by the way, the wield times. So what we're looking at, just in case you don't know, is this is the available code base for... why did that happen? How do I open that back up so you guys can see? I just do this. Will that work? Hang on. We'll shorten this, and I'll pull this over. Here you go. Ready? Melee start. Chain actions. Start. Launching actions. Light. I think it's down here, if I remember correctly. Block. Whoa, it's like at the bottom of the stack for some reason. Spec action, weapon template. Most boring Reginald video ever. Come look at this code with me while I rage about like some minor thing. Okay, here we go. Weapon card data. What did I click? How did I do this? All right, here we go. Sprint template. Stop clicking stuff. Just want to do this. Sprint template. Ogryn assault. So this has got an Ogryn assault template. Dodge template. Ogryn. So it's got base Ogryn dodges. You changed this. This is it. This is what you change. You change this to something else. Just change this to something else. You can have something else. Ogryn assault. Whatever it is, right? That changes the sprint template, the dodge template immediately. That's all you have to do. It's you change this to like Ogryn assault, and suddenly, boom, the weapon is better. That's a line change. All right, I'm done seething. Thanks for your patience. Jesus. Check out the chat. I'm busy seething. Error codes 201, 2004, 2011, 2014, and so on. Yeah, I mean, fair. I'm sure that's hard netcode stuff, so, like, I can understand failures to fix certain netcode issues, because I don't understand those, right? Like, that's tough stuff. But just changing a line inside a couple quotations, like... And I have a much more positive view of Fat Shark than a lot of people do, because I've seen all the changes they've made, and how much better this game is than when it started, so, like, I'm fairly favorable, but, like, come on. That is the kind of thing that you should change when you introduce the pickaxes. You go, okay, the pickaxes are like this. Let's change these 3 line items to make these weapons have more good, right? Ogryn Warpstone Knuckles. Man. Dude, Bonehead is coming back in here and swinging in another 20 memberships. That is absolutely insane. I need W's in the chats for my pal Bonehead, who's here. Just slinging. This is 40 memberships he's thrown our way. So I am incredibly grateful for that. And on top of that, he subscribed the other day as an adept. So what that means is I will be including you, by the way, Bonehead, in my thank yous for my future videos in the credit scene. We have 3 adepts who are subscribed at the $10 a month level, and that supports my channel a lot, which makes me really want to keep doing what I am doing to try and make the game better. So I'm very grateful. Fat Shark needs collaboration with Helldivers 2 on how to learn to code properly. Well, let's not give Helldivers 2 devs too much credit, okay? I like that game, and they have a better pacing for their update schedule, but come on. But yes, thank you so much, Bonehead. That's really, really well appreciated, genuinely. Okay, well, I have seethed. I have malded over the knife. Let's go. I'm gonna close this out. I'm going to I'm sorry, I'm still sort of flabbergasted. It's so insane that they had that is like the outcome of like what was not changed. I don't understand. Oh, wow. Okay, we got this open. Let's go look at DaVinci. I'll pull DaVinci up here in the feed. You can look at DaVinci. I'll hide this. You guys should be able to see everything now. We gotta set the MS Edge open here. 1 second. Filters, close, filters. We go back, we good. Why is this not showing? Ah. Got it. Okay, so I know I was talking in the abstract about improving the mobility on some of these weapons, but I've just seen a hard and fast way to improve the mobility on some of these weapons. So hey, guess what we should probably do? I will go ahead and get some mobility suggestions put together, because that's silly. And it would be so easy to change. So we can... Asagi, the dots obviously makes the dots weaker right before releasing dot damage focus DLC. Yeah, well... The dots thing is kind of crazy right now. Thank you, Bonehead. Again, really much appreciated. Between you, Vinny, and Living Zombie, I now have grown tremendously for my live streams, and it's just incredible to see. And I'm really grateful for that, because this is now a successful thing I'm doing. Okay, let's get the video editing done, because we want to actually see the numbers, and we want to add those numbers to the spreadsheet. The way I've got this right now is kind of ad hoc, so we're all going to have to just tolerate the fact that that's the case. It's not the best solution, but it is one that exists. Okay, do this so you guys can see. This might not come through the best for you guys, so I'll try to move it over a little bit and try to... I wish I could crop this, like, honestly. Is there a crop button? Might be if I just, like... Oh, yeah. Let me full screen OBS and see if I can, like, crop this. Seem to be able to. Why not? Scaling. Full screen projector, screenshot, add, group, copy, set, order, transform, filtering, show transition, full screen, screenshot, filters, crop. No, I cannot crop. So the best I could probably do is adjust this slightly, but we're just going to go... I don't remember what I all recorded here, so we're going to have to do a little shenanigans and just drag and drop this all in and watch them. So here we go. This is... What are we doing? Heavy hitter with shield. This looks like you guys can see everything you need to see, which is the funny video cutting. So... Bumner, I think that statement is something I can safely say, and that, yes, my opinion of Fat Shark has improved since I've started working more closely with them. And I've never been, like, without criticism, and I'm still not. I have my criticisms, and I'm not going to just because I'm a playtester doesn't mean I have to be nice to them all the time. Well, let me rephrase that. Just because I'm a playtester doesn't mean I can't point out the things that really bother me or annoy me, right? I would do that for the company that I work for. I would be like, hey, this is a really bad thing that we're doing. Let's not do it. It's going to result in negative outcomes, right? I mean, I work in product. That's what you do in product. You say, this is a bad idea. Let's not lose money on this dumb idea, right? And then you say, this is a good idea and it will cost us almost nothing to do, so let's do it because it's like a multi-W. Everybody's going to take W's on this. So, you love the boombox? You want a rumbler or you want grenade box? Like, what are you looking for, Robert? So I think it's important to call out the dumb stuff when it happens, but you don't have to, like, bust the developers' balls about it, so to speak. You know, like, you can be nice to people while still saying this is stupid and we shouldn't do this. So that's my take. And I am not... I've seen a lot of hypercritical commentary about Fat Shark, and some of it is deserved, but I do think that my opinion has generally gotten better about Fat Shark since I started working with them. There's always something. Every organization has its problems, but you start to understand, like, sometimes the problems things have in an organization like the companies I've worked for are there because the alternative problems for not having those problems are worse. Dual one-handed Thunderhammers would be hilarious, but I don't think we would be allowed to do that because there's nowhere in lore that would allow that to happen. And this game has to abide by some of the lore, right? Yeah, see, I died because I took one hit, and I already had a pile of corruption that I took for not getting hit. Also, by the way, red tick marks, I think someone was saying I'm getting hit with red tick marks. Those are my kills, not me getting hit. I'm not taking any toughness damage. Like, look real close. Look real close. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. All right, we're gonna play. Look at my corruption. There's a hit. Okay, I took hits there, but my toughness went up when I hit someone. My corruption went up without taking toughness. Up without toughness. So there's a modifier in there that's nasty. All right, cool. So that was the one where I died like an idiot. This is the Crushers. This is with Heavy Hitter. It took so long that we can just say like, hey, it's bad. So I don't need the TTK because it's just bad. This is also the same outcome. It's just like it's so long, it's bad. So I'm probably best off running a pickaxe unless I'm using the shield defensively, right? Make the Power Maul actually good. Yes, absolutely, 100%. We need to make the Power Maul good. It needs to be good as a Maul with no, like the same way the Crusher is good as a Maul. And then when it's powered, it needs to be cooler. I'd like the Power Maul to be essentially akin. And look, I'm going to say something that's like, I think the Power Maul should be as good as the Relic Blade when it's turned on, and it should turn on the same way the Relic Blade does. That's what I think. And you could say, oh, well, it's a one-handed weapon or whatever. I don't care. It's Ogryn. Ogryn swinging a Power Maul should hit as hard as the Relic Blade does, maybe harder. It should be, or when you turn it on, it should be nuts. And I don't see a reason why that's a problem because there's a bunch of nuts in this game already. Who cares? And it shouldn't be, like, the Relic Blade is not OP. The Relic Blade is really strong, but it's not OP. So if you line up the Power Maul's performance to the Relic Blade's performance, you don't end up with an OP weapon. You end up with an adequate weapon, right? Agayek, I want active passive status all the time with an overcharge mechanic, but I don't think we can get that. But if we can, that's been my recommendation since forever. I ran this enormous thread forever ago on chain weapons and another enormous thread forever ago on power weapons, and that was basically my take on both of those. Like, let's just change the way these behave. Okay, we can get rid of this. I don't care about this. Wait, what's that? Is that Ogryns? Let's just verify. Yes, Ogryns. Okay. Let's see. I think the Power Maul is to scale, actually, with the models, which is what you want. There could be a two-handed Power Maul for Ogryn, and I would be thrilled, but I don't think we have that, so... Alright, this is Heavy Hitter with Cleaver. So there's our first stab, because we did a funny stab. I want you to remember when we do this, that the times we're comparing to are times on Gunlugger build in Havoc, and they have nothing to do... And I have Havoc times as a melee build with bleed stacks that we're going to compare to. We're not comparing these times to the Auric Damnation times. They're not the same. The point of this is what will work for our Havoc games that are coming up later this afternoon with JSAT group. Okay? Because I get to play Gunlugger. Now look, we're building this is a ranged class, so in theory you should be able to use your gun a lot, only you can't because it has terrible damage on its weapons outside of the alt state. But 23 seconds into Horde, that's quite good. That's Heavy Hitter. Okay, go. So this is the one that's on Gunlugger. 2321. Same weapon. Gunlugger. To heavy. This is suboptimal attacks, by the way. But I know that, but we did it this way, so it just is what it is. That's about the same time without the bleed. So the bleed, not a huge deal on the cleaver. Okay. Ogryn Great Axe. I want an Ogryn Great Axe. That'd be sick. And Thunder Hammer, Ogryn like special Thunder Power Hammer things are like a thing. So we could do that too. Power Fist on Ogryn is like my ideal weapon for Ogryn. Just imagine. Yeah, so Agayak, my ideal is that the Power Maul is actively on all the time, and it does damage decently with better cleave, same brand as like the Crusher or whatever. Maybe even in the Relic Blade mode, but then you can turn it on to get the special overcharged attack or something like that, right? I think that'd be fine. But unfortunately, I don't know if that's possible. So I'm tailoring my changes to what's the minimum distance to achieve the desired result, right? That's kind of how I like to do it, because I know, you know, I want as little work as possible to get somewhere. So if I can copy something that's already in the game, then that seems like it's going to have a better shot of getting implemented, because then it's just a copy and paste job. All right, cool. I think that's good enough. So 29 seconds. Let's see. There was a couple other guys, but I got pushed back more, so let's keep that in mind. That's an unideal situation to get pushed back that much, but 29:09. So definitely slower, but I get to have Feel No Pain. Worth thinking about. Yeah, the value of Lucky Bullet would be a lot better if it was a powered up personal survivalist. Some sort of way to maintain ammunition throughout the game and demand less of it of the team. Ogryn Guts. I mean, that would be fun. Like a big, enormous sword, or like an executioner's sword that's just huge. Fun. Burst limiter override gives ammo sustain. That could be cool. I agree. We still need an Ogryn giant rock on a stick. Is ammo not damage output? Okay, that's interesting, Reaver. I think I need some information on whether or not that's true. I haven't played a lot of Orc, so I will try to play more Gunlugger into Orc, because the game needs to be balanced around Orc, not Havoc. Like that, Havoc may need to see some tweaks itself, or Ogryn might, or the classes might need to see some tweaks to their weapons or whatever to make them more viable in Havoc without harming the game at Orc, and that can be done by tweaking like cleave, stagger, things like that. But it's definitely the case that the game shouldn't be balanced around Havoc, because Havoc is the challenge mode. So if you get more limited options in Havoc, that is okay, because Havoc is not the content where you get to play everything. Havoc is the content where you have to try hard, right? So Havoc, it's okay to be more restricted in Havoc. That's my philosophy anyway. It's okay, and not necessarily desirable, but it's probably going to happen. It's probably necessary that it happen. Otherwise, there won't be differentiation in weaponry, right? So it has to be acceptable that some things just don't work that well in Havoc, and you can take them if you want or not, right? Give a pile driver. I mean, industrial equipment is an Ogryn thing. So we got that. Finally, we got to do FNP shield. This is with FNP Gunlugger. This is heavy hitter Gunlugger. It's his first real spear. That'd be, I mean, doesn't he have he has like a halberd model now. So there's precedent for tabletop models. So, I mean, Smoku 1401, that's just, like, you're just describing the club. Hang on, I'll show you. You're just describing several of the clubs. Although it's probably a plasteel pipe and not a lead pipe, because let's be honest, first of all, lead, really soft. Yes, heavy, but really soft. It's going to break after one Ogryn swing. There's no way. Second of all, lead is nasty and toxic, so we don't need our Ogryns any stupider than they are. But this club is just, like, look at it. It's a couple of, it's a steel, like, cable, twist it around. Okay. But if we change marks, this is a fitted plasteel pipe. I can't even show you the endpoint for whatever reason. So if we're looking, oh yeah, hang on. Sorry. There you go. I always forget. This is a torn off pipe. See? With a bunch of nuts and bolts fitted onto the shaft. This is the Bully Club. It is just a pipe. Which actually, by the way, pipes make bad weapons because hollow tubes bend more easily and break. I know this from personal experience in trying to make a weapon out of a pipe and smacking it against things and then watching it not hold up. So pipes are not the best weaponry. Even steel pipes. But we're not going to worry about that because it's not supposed to be cool. So apparently pickaxe is like one of his best weapons. Shield is his other best weapon, and it's also one of his better mobility weapons. So I guess I'm just taking pickaxe unless I'm taking shield. Because that's the better option.
With approaching vessels. This war grows.
Which is hysterical in not a good way. Alright. We'll go back to my spreadsheet. We'll cut the last few pieces. This is FNP shield. I'm gonna play cleanup. That'll count for the last few guys. It's a good enough swing. 32 seconds. Up to chat. Sorry, I'm trying to get some editing on this data done so we can talk about what we learned. But let me catch up in chat in just a second. I'm just going to finish this last one and then I'll see what you guys have all said. There you go. This is our heavy hitter version. I got a bunch of corruption, but who cares about that? Unless they have stats debuffs, it should be the same. That's... Yep, that's good. That's the one. 27, 33. Can I still one-shot crushers with the folding shovel with thrust? No, I don't think you can. I think you have to do 2. Fist weapons let you pick up poxies and swing them around like a club would be hilarious. Javelins you can throw to pin bitches to the walls, and something else. A giant slab of concrete on a stick with infinite impact. Yeah, that would be very entertaining, although I still maintain Power Maul is cool and I want a good Power Maul. Them being only functional because they got brain chipped is still funny to me. Yeah, it is funny to me too. This is the pick meant for heavy spam. Yep, and it's also why it's the best pick. Ogryn should be able to Lion's Claw front flip slam with the crusher. Which pickaxe has the best horde clear light attack combo? Who cares about light attack combo, Drunk Panda? You don't do light attacks because you're doing heavy attacks, so you take the Carsolas because you want toughness back. Two-handed ladder, start fighting WW. Ogryn is such a meme class in that way. Like, everybody, it really does feel like you just want to do fun things with him. Like, genuinely. Okay. What else could we test? We could test pickaxe real quick, I suppose. Let me check time. Let me check time and hit up the boys and see where we're at. Right, we're actually canceled for today. We had a couple members who can't make it after all. Last minute cancellations happen. That's the reality. So that is like not god awful actually. Is this the power of auric breakpoints? That's god awful. You also vibe check your team. So we're not going to be doing second runs. So those of you who are waiting around for that, sorry, I guess I'm just testing. Maybe we'll still do some rush gamings, but so if people want to join in, change the descriptions. Grandkids, yeah. I wanted to test a monstrosity kill time. I don't know what's going to happen when I do this. I might crash. I didn't crash. So here's the question. We're going to take look at what build are we gonna look at? Heavy hitter. All right, start with heavy hitter build. We'll just test 1-to-1. So I should be able to spawn. I need to be invisible for this, or it's gonna be a real pain. My nugs. We will spawn a ogryn. We will shoot the ogryn. Ready? Lucky Bullet Keystone is just bad, but also the idea that was suggested is that into Havoc, the more desirable. Thanks for reminding me again, Agiak. It's hard to remember to switch because I'm alt-tabbing, so everything switches for me. All right, cool. Here's our glorious ogryn. So the idea is, hey, what if we do actual melee damage alongside our Gunlugger just for bosses, and Gunlugger is just boss damage? Is it better? Does anybody know if it's better to brace or just like LMB? Someone tell me before I start shooting. I'll wait a second. Okay. So it doesn't make a huge difference. Here we go. Stacks feels bad, man. Oh. So that's hypothetically. Oh, that's a good point. Passive regen, etc. Okay. So that's ogryn option 1. Not the best experience for sure. Let's quickly go back to the fine lady. So Ultra Gravy, you are correct. It's not the best. So let me explain. We have an intended goal of doing a Havoc 40 with 4 ogryns, which we've done before, but the goal is to rush rather than play slow. So we want to try and get about a 25-minute clear time. So that's going to. So what we ran into was we didn't have enough boss damage with 4 ogryns to effectively push fast. So we wanted to see what would be the boss damage option besides pickaxes, which are decent, but they're not amazing in Havocs. And the option seems to be Gunlugger for boss damage with fire stacks. And what we're trying to figure out is how best to do that. Aren't the ogryns mostly the pox armor if you would consider them in Havoc? So a lot of them, Mobian is one of 3 modifiers, so it's common. It's common. Hang on. I need to check something here. This is not fully empowered, which is hysterical, so let's just fix that, I guess.
I trust you are pleased, Varlet. The machine god is most generous. The work is complete.
The thought I'm having, let's get my rarity, thank you. This should be refined to have black armor be swapped out, or maybe maniac swapped out for unyielding, I think. And then I've got Death Spitter and Blaze Away. What's the other option for close-in blessings? I probably need Overwhelming Fire here, even if it's the 3rd hit. Ceaseless Barrage, no. Terrifying Barrage, also no. Fire Frenzy, because that's killing an enemy, so I don't care about that. So I actually, what I want is Overwhelming Fire on this, and then what I want on this is actually the same thing. So we're gonna retool my favored weapon, be Overwhelming Fire instead of Opening Salvo, unless I can do Blaze Away. I can do Blaze Away. I can't do Pinning Fire actually on this because Pinning Fire won't work for stagger into an enemy that doesn't stagger. So we are going to be doing Blaze Away and Overwhelming Fire on both of these guns. And we're going to be we're going to be refining this weapon to have, instead of flak, we'll take Unyielding, I guess. I probably want flak instead. I just want to test this into bosses on Havoc. So here's our two weapons. We're going to redo the test. Green glowing plague ogrins? No, that doesn't happen on Havoc, actually. That only happens in Monster Historic Maelstroms, which doesn't give them damage resistance to range. Cavalcade Blaze and popping PvP after Mac Blaze stacks. Okay, so fire to get Blaze up first. I think the are you looking for Cavalcade because it gives you the crit advantage, and so you can get crit on fire? Is that what you're thinking, Lightforger? I can do that. I can definitely do that. So right, we'll test this real quick because that's simple. So wouldn't the optimal way to do this be to fire until I hit everything, then get the free reload? Yeah, it would. Oh, for starters, that's doing a lot better. Well, you said Cavalcade and Blaze. Are you thinking Overwhelming Fire and Blaze? Alright, so I did that wrong. Let's switch here. Do this. This does not refresh. So cursed. We will wait 43 seconds and we will do it again. There's an optimal way to do this, and I did not do it optimally. So we will fix our choices.
Ship Mistress Ram's generous permission, I make myself available to you.
It was decent.
I anticipate that your study of tertian systems will improve our efficiency.
Enemies, low protectors with 50% radius, punishes cooldown. Ah, yes. That's actually not a bad idea, having one taunt. Yeah, it's a long cooldown. Alright, ready? So the optimal way to do this is to do this, brace, fire, until I hit full Blaze Away stacks, or run out of ammo. There we go. That's how you do it. That is the optimal way to do that. Alright. Now we do our cooldown. The question I have is, could I hypothetically run this, right? That's base cooldown. You get cooldown reduction on elite kills, mostly from Lucky Bullet if you go for that. Yeah, yeah. Thing 15% damage on reload talent in that tree as well. It procs at PvP. Oh, it procs on PvP, so you get more damage. I think in this node tree, I could take that instead of payback time, right? So I could easily get 20% damage for blocking. But if that's true, that's pretty big. So I could do this instead and get reloaded and ready for damage instead of taunt. So let's try without it and try with it, and we'll find out if it makes a difference, I guess, because we can record. Okay, so I've got the single stubber that looks like the Atlas, Overwhelming Fire, and Blaze Away. We're going to just do the exact same thing. I'll get the record going. We'll ult after. I'm going to go ahead and finish firing and then do this, because I know I'm going to probably need to do a reload. I mean, I'm not braced. I don't think the spread is that bad on the single stubber. I really don't. Shooting into a Ogryn? That should be fine. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna... That's way better than I expected to. I'm actually shocked. Like, I just fired and then I did it. I'll have to dodge more carefully because I'm not going to get toughness regeneration. except unless I take a talent that gives me toughness regen on shooting or whatever. Which I don't... Is there one? Doesn't PBB give me toughness regen on shooting? Close range, reduce brace, movement speed, penalty gain, close damage. This one? Point blank bravado. Replenish 2% every shot fired and 10% toughness. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the other question was, if I take this talent, what do I get? So we do the same thing, but we take this talent and see how much better it is, right? So we're going to do the same thing. I've got my point blank. I want to fire the whole mag, just like last time. And what we can find out, yes, it did proc. It did. It's on the reload, it procced. I wish health bars was working for me, but it's not. So I haven't been able to fix it. I have to go back and try again. So, not bad. Not bad at all. And then let's just try the same thing with the Atlas and see how that looks. And then we could just like tack on the other stubber and see how it looks too. It's definitely not going to be so easy to stay on target, but the question is more about like, are we doing it? Well, fire stack, it's probably optimal to have a slightly slower fire rate because you have to remember that the fire stacks only stack to a maximum. Yeah, I guess it probably would because you get 10% toughness on reload, right? So it counts as a reload. Pretty wild. All right, let's try again. Let's take a look.
Going to be a tough one.
Reload. I need to record. This, we're only waiting until we get to the maximum stacks of Blaze Away, because we know that kills it. I don't think that... We'll have to go check the ammo difference. Kickback and point blank barrage. Yeah, we can test kickback. I don't know if I have a good kickback, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, my kickback isn't fully upgraded, so we can't do that. I could do Rumbler, but I can't. I have to build another kickback. All right, here's the last question. How about this one? Hipfire is way worse. Someone asked. Unless you really think crit cavalcade is important. But you'll have to tell me if you think cavalcade is important. Twink stubber? Yeah, someone said that somewhere and it was funny. The stubby twink. Alright, here we go. Hit record. And we will start firing. It kills it. This is Havoc Agayak. This is not Damnation. This is a Hagayak. Oh, the Rumbler? Okay. Let's try. I also want to try the Atlas. Just gonna keep trying guns until we figure out which one's the most interesting. No, it's not terrible damage. I mean, I'm not... We'll have to see what the timing is, because the question is, like, which one kills it technically faster, not which one seems like it does, right? Yeah, ASOT, I can't tell either. It's not bad, it's just not, like, I don't know, like, you're gonna be having to, like, dodge dance a Plague Ogryn while shooting it, which is gonna be unpleasant. And with these stubbers, you can't brace to get free toughness all the time. And you have to mag dump a whole mag at least a little bit, so I don't know, it's gonna be tough. Atlas is deadly accurate. Surgical, yes, well that is the normal way to run it, but we're talking boss damage here, and that's definitely not going to work for that. So, 4 seconds. We could try the Twink Gorgonum too. We'll just swap. I don't mind. You've coined a new meme here today, gentlemen. Got that fire delay. Like shoving my barrel at his face, he's not even dead. Jesus. Alright, well not this one. That's bad enough. Like the other ones you can kind of imagine being able to stay pretty close, but that's a no-go from me. 50 more seconds. I think I recorded that, but even if I didn't, that one was so bad I don't care. Rumbler. Now this is a gun that benefits from Lucky Bullet, by the way. Like if you didn't know that, it does. We're not going to test it. We'll test it with Lucky Bullet too, so I could show you, because it's funny. Very entertaining. One of my friends discovered that if you have a really fast spinning mouse wheel and you bind shoot to mouse wheel with Lucky Bullet, you can get it to shoot a whole bunch by just spinning your mouse wheel super fast, which I think is hysterical. It's not really all that practical, but it is really funny. Yeah, the 15% damage after reload is important, for sure. And you're going to definitely, I mean, you are going to benefit from that with this weapon. That's definitely one of the things that was a nerf, is making that harder to get for normal builds, but hey, what can I do? Ready? I think we fire one, and then we start, like, PvPing. PvP runs out. Alright, here's the question. Can I even do it with my entire ammo stockpile? Interesting. The quirk? Single stubber? Oh, the... Well, that was, I would say that was disappointing. Yeah, Rumbler doesn't have a lot of ammo. On the upshot, the Rumbler gets to get a ton of ammo from having a vet on the team. So if you have a vet on the team, Rumbler and Kickback are basically ammo infinite. But if you don't, then they aren't. So there you go. I would still say that Quark is probably your best choice in this setup, but maybe that's wrong. I'm not sure. All right, we're going to try... I think someone asked for the Gorgonum next, so we do the Gorgonum, which looks like the Ackless on a single stubber, which means that they must be shipping them to different worlds to make terrible decisions all day long. Insane. All right, well, here we go. Okay. It had the bleed blessing, yes. It had bleed and fire. Retwink animation. All right, let's build another one. Let's build it. We can put this data in the sheet. Ready? Decent damage output. I got ammo left. Not a small amount either. I have to wonder how that happened. Like, how did we get maximum stubborn aim confusion? Like, what is going on there? No idea. It's insane. It's deranged. It's unhinged. Okay, well, does anybody want to see the Quark? I'm sure it'll just be, you know, also fine. And the Quark has no real value in the twin stubbers. It's either you pick the Gorgonum because it's the one that's an actual gun. Hey, Bless, you got the True Survivor title. Congratulations. Actually, still don't have it. I haven't been bothering to try. I know that I know what you got to do to get it, and I figure it'll happen organically or it just won't, and I'll go get it when I get bored, but... Why doesn't Fat Shark use words like heavy, medium, and light? Because they are not lore accurate. The lore dictates the naming of the weaponry, I'm certain. Yeah, the Ackless became quite good. Ogryn will be quad stubber, that'd be funny. 6-shot grenade launcher or flamethrower. They used heavy when they named it the Eviscerator. I don't know why it's the heavy Eviscerator while being the smallest Eviscerator I've ever seen. It's quite annoying. I don't know how that happened, but hey, whatever. Okay, so we gotta go check times. So that's next. Let's go look at times. Delete all this footage because I don't need it anymore. Fresh. Footage. Hooray. I can't see DaVinci, so that's kind of a problem. So let's get DaVinci working. Take this all out of here. Delete all this. There you go. This is the Gorgonum. Data sheet open. Aren't you generally liking the Quark Twins? My view on the Quark Twins is that compared to the other two guns, they don't do anything unique. They don't have especially good accuracy. They don't have especially good range. They don't have especially good rate of fire. Like, they're not doing anything better than any of the other guns. So specialization is the advantage to either of them. The only person I've ever seen that ever gave a flying damn about the Quark Stubbers and making them work was Cash Crop, and he made it work, but I don't think it was even, in his opinion, better than the other guns. It was just functional, right? And he liked them. So, but now we're in Havoc, so we're talking Havoc breakpoints, right? Stubber. My naming convention is going to confuse the piss out of me here. Is it, we're gonna have to go look. This is the Mark IV, so heavy stubber. Yay. Plus VB 1 mag. Also, notably, 25 shots remaining. 5 shots remaining. That's just, we're gonna put that in. Also, this is in the wrong spot, so we'll just delete all of that. We'll go down to our deactivated ogryn times. 40. Much better, huh? Throw a rebar Rainbow style. Yeah. Yes, our disappointment cannon. We tried it. We're going to log the time. He died to bleed. Right there. Paste. 41 seconds. Brutal. 41:50. 42 seconds. I'm going to round that. I don't usually round, but I'm going to round 2 frames. Let ogryn toss. There's the Ackless Stubber. This was a disappointment. Didn't even kill, if I recall. I had to do a reload. So we overshot. I didn't count how much ammo, but F&P Gunlugger. Doing so bad. This is the Ackless. Ackless 2? It's probably this. This is my formatting. 2s. Yeah, that's the Mark II. 1809. It was interesting detail here. The Ackless heavy single stubber was, even with the reload, was technically faster than the Gorgonum heavy stubber. How's that for a weird one? 1 reload. That's not accounting for PBB reloads, right? So. We may have just discovered something that none of us expected, which is that the single stubbers might be faster boss damage killers with fire than the twin-linked heavy stubbers. Yeah. This is the Gorg Twink, 2733. That's the Gorg Twink. There he goes. Thanks for reminding me on the blessings. It should be what? Blaze away? Blaze away plus overwhelming fire. And we took maniac. We did flat unyielding. Let's put unyielding on there. Plus black. Dang. I mean, this could be a revolutionary discovery, gentlemen. Everyone else, including me, assumed that they were just bad on PvP. This is the twin-linked one. Wink. Let's be 16. That is that's really interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, except the Rumbler. Rumbler, what did I put on it? It was shred, or it was adhesive charge plus, what's that? Flechette? Fragmentation? Bleed? Whatever. Bleed. I'll just say bleed. It's good enough for now. People know what I mean. Oh no, can't have that. The pre-fire, yeah, but I mean, I pre-fired with both of them before PvP in order to get my stacks of overwhelming fire and pinning and overwhelming fire up, right? So I was doing the exact same, and that was optimal for both. It was clearly better to do it that way. Like this was I think me doing it suboptimally, right? So I fired. Let's see what I did here. Here's full stacks, and then I ult. Again, proving me right that the Gork Heavy Stubber Mark IIA is the goated stubber with the fastest TTK of all the guns. Because I am right, and I know how to test things. Okay. The question was right. So I didn't have all of these with the same blessings. Well, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know which was which. They're out of order. Let's see if it makes a difference even. I could go back and watch all the videos, I suppose. We'll do that in a second. It does make a difference. About a second. 15:01. What's that reload talent call? All damage left over is wasted. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. No, it's not charmed reload I'm talking about. So I did a talent swap, and I can go back and figure it out, and I will. Where I picked up reloaded and ready rather than payback time in this build. So reloaded and ready is this. Reloaded and ready. This is a question mark. We'll come back. I'll have to watch my footage to find out. What I do here. Oh, it was about halfway through. So yeah, this is me doing it suboptimally, right? So let's look at the suboptimal. I did it as soon as I hit max stacks on this one. Hang on. Is that right? Is that what I did? Can't see. Nope, I didn't even hit max stacks on Blaze. So I was preemptive. can see the burn stack still doing damage. Okay, right there, 20 seconds. Do I have the Atlas? I do. Here it is. That's 20, 20. It's not a huge difference. Suboptimal blades. Okay. This is me doing it without reloaded and ready, but doing it optimally. Excuse me? Why would that happen? I didn't wait for my ammo. Interesting. We might have to do another test here, gentlemen. Okay. So the fastest. Let's just like slow down for a second, because I've got all this information on the Atlas twin stubber. This is the Mark. Wait, is this the Mark II? What, did I make a mistake by copying this? Atlas heavy stubber mark. I did. Right there. I do have this inverted. Hang on. Gotta work backwards. You know what? We're just gonna start over. I'm gonna delete all this data. I don't know what happened. We're just gonna start over. I'm lost. I can keep the Gorgonum, but I have to like. I'm just gonna start completely over except the Rumbler. I've lost the plot. I don't know what's what. I made some mistakes. I'm gonna start over so the data's clean. That's the only way that I can be sure that I have clean data. So. That's so tedious, I'm sorry. But it's the only option I have. Alright, so first up, Gorgonum Stubber. Twin Stubber, which is the Mark IV. I have reloaded and ready active in this one. I think the results of this are proving really interesting, so I don't mind doing it, but I just want to be accurate. Otherwise, what's the point? So it was overwhelming fire plus blaze away, and it was unyielding and black, and that's good. And then what we did here is we got FMP Gunlugger. No, we had Heavy Hitter Gunlugger, actually, for sure. And then additional information was reloaded and ready is in here. 16 rounds of ammunition were remaining. No, sorry, how many rounds of ammunition were remaining after he dies? 25. I did not know that if you have bleed and brittleness, it put max stack of bleed and brittleness on with a single touch of the rev. That explains why you can get a brittleness kill on crushers with vet for just bleed, and rend. And it would explain why you could do that so easily on vet. But that's pretty cool. I like it. I guess it makes sense because the way that it kind of works with the chain axe is it's a it is a multi-hit attack, kind of. It does like multiple ticks of damage, so it has weird behavior because of that. I could look at how much ammo is left. So I start with, what, 33 shots? And I'm left with... This last shot doesn't count, so I'm left with 14. Yes, brittleness applies to bleed. So it is a ton of damage to crushers, and you can do it on, you can get one taps on the Mark IV with veterans, with just like, I think like one rending talent. It might be one or the other, I don't know which, but it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, dodge canceling out, it also works for some enemies, but you have to finish the rev to kill an ogryn in one. Just FYI. At least in Auric. So we've got this. We're going to do the typical thing where we shoot our way to full stacks and empty the mag. Then we're going to PBB. We get reloaded and ready. We have reloaded and ready on this build. So the Atlas misses so many shots that we have to do a reload. He almost bleeds out. But I still need to launch a few more shots, so 18 seconds. Okay, so we have Atlas. Mark II, that's the basic one. That's 18 seconds. And in this case, we do that way, and we had we do a one reload. So we end up with like, how many shots did we burn? 16 shots left, 17 shots left. He dies on 17, so. And we need to say one reload, because we're doing a manual reload there. It's optimal today. And I think we're going to be surprised. So this is the Gorgonum Mark IIIA, and it has 1620 as our time. It's 4 ammunition. % ammo is consumed. Yeah, we need to test the kickback, and I need to test the optimal layout for like when I time the kill, the like switch over to damage. Because whatever it is that I was doing before is suboptimal, so we have to figure that out. This one has the thing, and it's done. Hang on, wait, did I run out? I had 70 shots left. If I just like got too excited. Plausible. And I'm probably gonna go play some games instead of just doing nothing but testing all day. I want to get this data right. So Atlas Mark 7 Heavy Stubbler. 1529. Okay. We got how much ammo left? 16 shots left. I'm just gonna guess. I don't know. It's fine. It's close enough. We didn't have to reload. We fired all that. 16 seconds. Good. So here's the question. This is no reloaded and ready. We do full dump and then switch. Perfect, got it. Two. We get 7 ammo left. My goodness, getting a headache. Right. Swap. Reloaded ready makes a difference. Tweak this so it doesn't say reloaded ready. No. If I made a mistake on one of these, I might have. I don't. So I think it was my first test. Backwards in time here, so it would stand to reason this is my first test without reloaded and ready. How long did I fire until? Basic until empty, and then I reload. Wait, I just initiate off PBB, or do I just like hit it randomly? Suboptimal PBB. No left. I had to what? Basically had to do a full reload here. I PBB'd and then I actually saved ammo this way, so it's a little slower, but you save ammo. Yeah, so Ultra Gravy is right. I should be stopping shooting to get the burn stacks to kill it, right? So, boy. One. This is where I switched to reload it. This is where we looked at the thing. And build stacks. This doesn't have reloaded and ready. Did I do it right when I hit 5? Basically, yeah. Okay. 5 stacks. Plates. And there was no reload, so that was 1633. Okay, so here's, I think, what I needed. I know I'm getting really boring here and tedious. Sorry, everybody. But we're going to figure this out since we're already here. Initiated off PvP. Why? What did I learn here? Nothing. That's the wrong weapon. I don't care about that. That teaches me nothing. That teaches me nothing. That's everything. Okay, so here's the test I need to do. So what I need to do in order to satisfy my last bit of curiosity is optimize for this weapon fired at max blaze stacks without reloading. And that will, in theory, give me the optimal time to kill on this weapon if I can do it. Okay, so we're going to fire until I get max blaze away. Okay. I think we've got it worked out here. Now this is purely optimized, right? But yeah. Okay, last detail. Last detail. That might be our best time yet. Gentlemen, we've done it. .12 seconds, 12:32 on Havoc with the Krork Stubber with reloaded and ready, active. And we hit PBB on 5 stacks of Blaze Away right the second it happens, and you kill it with the optimal amount of ammo consumed, shortest time to kill, and it dies fast. That is not what I expected. I didn't expect the single stubber to be the best option here either. So how's that for interesting? It's absolutely the case that I got all headshots. That's going to sway the data for sure. It does have a better finesse modifier. So that's 100% the case. It's just it's the headshot game. It's the damage and headshots. Like, all those details are why this works better. But we did it. I mean, we found out that that even on Gunlugger, the single stubber, Krork single stubber, is the best choice for boss damage. And probably all other kinds of damage, because that's what you got, right? So it's outputting more damage, it's better. And it also still can be used single fire. The new stubbers can be single fire on hold, so they're like this. Or like this. Are the new stubbers single fire 17%? 17% what? Oh, is that the difference? 17% better? Just one more example that Ogryn's weapons keep getting power crept. It's true. Well, I mean, Ogryn's weapons need to be power crept, so you're not going to see me complaining. Yeah, well, I mean, usage is another thing, right? So, like, maybe if I did all body shots, we can test that real quick. Let's try it. We'll try it real quick. I mean, what's the harm? Let's tolerate 2 more tests. So, once I hit 5 stacks, still got bleed stacks on it, huh? Alright, that's how many that took. Oh, you guys didn't get to see all the fun, sorry. You'll get to see it in a second. Let's switch to the stubber, this one. And we will switch this to the correct mark. And we will try one more. One more, for the sake of science. And balanced discussions. And I'm gonna go play a video game. I'm getting tired of this. Well, I mean, I've been tired of this for a while. I need 2 seconds. Oh, 17%. Yeah. Thanks for answering him. Ready? So we need to get to 5 stacks, then we hit ults, then we just see how long we have to go. I don't know if it's better to be holding braced, but too late now.
Stronger than you.
I think the normal heavy stubber did better. I think the single heavy stubber did better, just on instinct. Like, if I was just gonna guess, let's go try it. Let's go look. Body shots only. One of these looks shorter than the other. Hit. So we full dump mag, we reload. We had to do a second reload. So, point of order, we have to do a second reload. And it cost us 3 shots. 2941. No, is it 2 reloads? Yeah, I did a reload and then another reload. 2 reloads. And then it was 3 shots. It wasn't quite... The burn stacks did run out, but that's a situation where you're going to hit it once with a melee attack or someone else has already hit it once with a melee attack, so... I'm going to get both times. For the sake of completeness here, because that'll help. 3 shots in last reload. So if we just take from the shot that like I run out of ammo at, right there, that's 25 seconds instead. So, I mean, it's not the longest reload in the world. So there you go. Those are 2 possibles. Yeah, Agiak is right. Just like a little bit of headshot damage would probably clear that out. So, like that's the variability. Okay, that's why this one's longer, because I had to wait around. So we're gonna find out. I'm really excited to know. I have tested this with an insane amount of rigor, and I am going to need 5 seconds after this, because, boy, my brain. We ult properly. We fire. I mean, that really did some good damage, for sure. All right, here's our long reload. Okay. It's our kill. Even accounting for the reloads. Even accounting for the reload. The Rourke Stubber beats the Ackless Twin Link Stubber, which bothers me a lot, by the way. 46 shots. One reload. Why is this laggy? 46 shots. Of course, they would be viable if you could get random like crusher kills. That would be insane and incredibly strong. So that would definitely be like viable. I don't think that's the way to make them viable, though. Buffing a blessing like that is kind of non-optimal. Gentlemen, we have some weird results from our testing today. The Quark Heavy Stubber is the better hipfire choice for full auto blasting into bosses than the Ackless Heavy Stubber with the same build. That is an unexpected result. That is really unexpected. That's not what I anticipated at all. I assumed, and I think most people assumed, that the Rourke Stubber was the inferior choice. And that the Ackless Stubber was the way to go. But we have just proven that Gunlugger, for however much Gunlugger's not good as a class, is better off using a single Rourke Stubber. And the versatility from running it that way is going to be better for the ogryn, because he can shoot things that are far away still. So he just directly benefits from having this weapon instead of the other one. I am also shocked. I'm like genuinely just like really surprised. That is not what I expected. That is a really surprising result. So apparently, if you're going to do an ogryn and you're going to do a stubber build, you want to do it with this gun. I mean, it's not like it's, at least in Havoc 40, and I mean, we have to contemplate the fact that this is Havoc 40 breakpoints. Who knows what it is in Oryx? I don't know. Yeah, well, so to that point, No You, I I was the same, I think, as most other people. I looked at it and I said, the thing has a slower fire rate and hip fire than the twin-linked heavy stubber does. So it's not going to stack burn as fast, and it's got a small mag, so it's not going to be able to do the same work. And I was wrong. I was just wrong. It's just really that simple. I was not correct. That is the shocking result of this testing. The Agri MK1 infantry autogun. I love the MK1 infantry autogun. I believe the Columnus is the superior of the autoguns, but the balance on the Agri Mark 1 is pretty solid, and it's a strong gun, and the margins are not very large, so you should use the one you like. And yeah, it's basically the same gun, in my opinion, as well. I'm just really surprised. I'm like sitting here kind of surprised. Like, who would have thought? Nobody I talked to had this opinion about this weapon as a Gunlugger weapon, that this was the thing to run on Gunlugger, but now I know. Yeah, this is why I have this whole testing apparatus, right? But here you go. This is the optimal Glugger combo. And this build is probably the way to run it. Now, the only thing I don't know for sure is in Havoc 40, will you die like a sad little ogryn if you run heavy hitter? And if you do die like a little ogryn, go take Feel No Pain. You can probably do even better with payback time. Yeah, well, I mean, that's part of it, No You. That's a good point, which is that you max out burn stacks pretty quick, and then you're just maintaining burn stacks without future applications. So all that matters is that you have the high benefit from the power, and you're just firing, right? So I'm gonna be running this. I'm gonna be running this today. We're gonna go suffer, and we're gonna go suffer in a Havoc 40. My goodness. That was decidedly not what I expected. I don't have even a scuffed one. I can go test a quick kickback for you. I will go test a kickback for you. We will do it before we go jump into games. And then, yeah, so we'll do it. We'll do it.
My service is fulfillment.
I think the only weapon I don't have enough of is kickbacks. So
Transaction complete.
does the 20% braced damage reduction? Are you talking about this? I have not tried it in Havoc, and I don't know, but I think that just Feel No Pain and Steady Grip make the brace damage feel pretty fine into shooters, and so my guess is that it would feel good. Can you loadout config in solo, or is it... You can loadout config in solo. What you can't do is actually sacrifice the weapons. And you can't edit them either, so you have to come back out for it, so... is this... speed, mobility. It's got to be mobility I dump on, right? So I'll find a kickback, dump on kick. Treat Hadron. I gotta find a good kickback out of the ones I just bought. Mobility dump. There it is. This is officially the good one.
Interesting.
Drunk Panda, you and your wife only made it to Havoc 29? I mean, if your wife is making it to Havoc 29, that is it. I mean, and she's only playing for fun, like she's... The funny part of that is that she's probably better than like 99.5% of the game population. So, good for her. Like, there's not a lot of people who can successfully clear a Havoc 29. Like, just throwing that on the table. Like, there's a lot of... Like, that is a achievement. And if you're maining Hammer, you're going to have a difficult game yourself. So, I mean, yeah, Hammer is a fun weapon. It's not bad in Havoc, but it's definitely tough, right? Yeah, I'm fine. I got so much stuff. Yeah, Asan, if you're clearing Havoc 40s with like any regularity, you are one of the best players in the game. Like, that's what like, just beating a Havoc makes you a 40 makes you one of the best players in the game. If you then can go beat it without using all the crutches like Chorus and whatever, then you're literally like the best players, some of the best players in the game, like period. Like because those crutches are so strong, they really lower the skill floor required to get in, but it's still not easy. It is not easy to beat a Havoc 40, even with all the crutches that bubble and everything else. So I would not be too down on yourself if you find Havoc 40 hard, like good. It would be insanely hard. And if you're just even if you're even above the 30s, you're one of the best players in the game, period, even if you're crutching. And then if you're taking off those crutches, like, and you're still beating them, then like you're definitely one of the best players in the game. That's just like a fact. Like the win rate in 40 is low already, and it's supposed to be. And Mercurial is right. Most people can't even beat a Maelstrom with any regularity. So if you're cruising through Maelstroms, you're already incredible. Jennifer did 3 40s with randos and no comms earlier days. Great job. Congratulations on your win and your victory. I don't have enough mastery yet, so I got to do the mastery train. So give me a second to play that party game. Like, sacrifice that one. Sacrifice this. This goes to the sacrifice. Can I do rarity low to high? I can. Just hopefully make it easier to find everything. Upgrade it. What is success rate 1 out of 5? I don't think that's a problem. That's like, I think my success rate in Havoc 40, if I'm just playing for fun with like randoms, is probably about 1 out of 5. I think if I'm playing with JSAT and Emerist and Combine, and we were playing serious games instead of like goofball runs, we'd probably have a close to 50% win rate. But I'd have to put that to the test. But like, I'll give you an example. We ran not even good builds. We ran I published those 3 videos, right? Those 3 videos had us running like double stealth players and like only 1 support ultimate, and we run 3 games in a row. So I think we could get a 50% win rate, but that would still be only a 50% win rate. I think that most players are, and especially in public lobbies with no coordination, are going to be looking at 1 in 5 being a pretty good number. But Havoc 40 is supposed to be hard. Like, do you really want to win 50% of your Havoc 40s? You're going to get bored if it's that easy. That's why it needs to be hard, so that you can go back in and, like, I want it to be harder. If the win rate for me in Havoc 40 was like 2%, I'd be stoked. I'd be like, this game mode is hard enough. And because then what's going to happen is you're going to go play Havoc, like let's assume the gradient is a little nicer. Let's say Havoc 35, your win rate gets to like 15%. And Havoc 30, your win rate gets to like 40%. Well, now I'm good enough to play Havoc 40s, but I still got some room to grow because I still can't beat Havoc 40 most of the time. That would be way better. And I need to, Havoc 50 went really, like, genuinely. 4 bubble psychers would be hilarious, and it's been on my agenda to try. I just haven't gotten there yet. So I'm with you, Jennifer. Is this a good? This is a bad one. I'll just chuck it into the fire. Please go in and become food for my mastery rank. Rumblers. Feed into the mill. Grist for the mill. I think 4 stat psychers would be pretty strong with 4 bubbles. I think that'd be pretty strong. Imperial, if I had stats, I would love to share them, but I don't. It would be nice if Fat Shark would publish the clear rate on Havocs so we could see where people are playing. Mick Nonstrol, you said that you can, with FP, you can stand in front of a good few gunners in Havoc, but you still felt you melt too fast to justify the points. So I think the thing is, with Feel No Pain, you're buying yourself margin for error, because the big thing that kills you in Havoc is not, like, you don't need to stand in the open and be face tanking. The big thing that kills you in Havoc 40 is when you make a single mistake and get punished really hard, and FNP takes the punishment strength down a lot, so that you can make a mistake or just not notice something, take some hits, and still not go into your health pool, and so you don't get punished, so that you can keep making aggressive plays. Hey, Moon. Good to have you in the chat. Welcome, Moon. You feel vindicated as a Gunlugger. Hey, turns out you were right. Now, whether or not Gunlugger is actually good in Havoc 40, I don't know. We're going to find out today. I think I'm going to have an unpleasant time. Okay, I need a few more kickbacks. So we're doing one more test, and then I'm gonna go play some games.
Purchase authorized. Completed. Is
Oh, the brace damage reduction. Okay, McNostril, thank you for telling me. Hell no, it doesn't feel good in Havocs. Well, at least you're honest about it.
Praise the Omnissiah.
Concentrate this too and shove it into the grist mill.
You are pleased, Violet. The machine god is most generous.
I think that High Havoc is a very fun mode for a select few group of people. And I think that's fine because it's a place to go to like really put the challenge legs on. Most of the people, so I ran a poll in my little Discord server and I asked people like, what do they want to play? And they were all like, I want to play Havoc 40 even if I'm not good enough because I like being able to play with everybody. Because all of us feel that Orca so easily, we just kind of turn off our brains. And so I think there's a real need for that. I agree. I think Gunlugger needs buffs. I think the whole Ogryn class needs buff. I think it needs a skill tree rework. I think the weapons need buffs, and I can probably help with that pretty well since I know what I'm talking about when it comes to weapons. And obviously I do the rigorous and somewhat tedious testing. So I'm looking to get him buffed. I'm not sure what I can achieve or how best to do it, but I'll at least, like, it would be my dream to get, like, at least 2 or 3 weapons buffed for the next patch, whatever is going on. Like, I don't know if that's even possible. I don't even know, right? I don't know what the schedule looks like. I don't know what I can say and recommend. I just am asking the question, can I get more? Ogryn needs more rock? Well, I mean, we could see about buffing rock, to be honest. It's not as good as knives, so why don't we buff rock? The first gray swords are super good in maelstroms. Super, super good in maelstroms. Yeah, so the party finder, I mean, I don't like the party finder. I'll leave it there. I don't like the party finder. I know why it exists. I think as an optional feature, it's fine, but I think they should just let people quick play in. I don't care if people want to quick play in and have a bad time. That's their problem, not mine. I want to quick play in. And then what's the problem? Sweeney, yeah, I'm gonna do a kickback test and then I'm gonna run a game, so you can just join off me and we'll do it. Wait, I wanted that in kickback skin.
Tell me of your deeds, so that I may record them.
Okay, someone type out what the best kickback build is, because I don't know it. Last time I watched Cash Crop's video on the kickback was so long ago, I have forgotten all of the information. So you're going to have to tell me what's good on kickback. But I want this. This is terrible. Have I talked on Rippers before? No, I haven't talked on Rippers before. And I need to study the ranged weapons kind of next. I'm just cracking into the ranged weapons today. Trying to figure out Gunlugger a little bit, because the question came up on how to do more boss damage, and so we're looking into it, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend anything.
The work is complete. I trust you are pleased, Violet.
Have I... Firewolf, hello. I haven't started playing the actual game yet. I'm still just doing some testing, so I will be finishing up one more test, and then I would be happy to have anybody who wants to join me in a game in a few minutes. So you said reload speed, and we're gonna re-bless. You said we need to do is away.
And what do we have here?
Gun is good. Blaze William, full bore. I suppose full bore could probably proc into bosses, right? Because I'm just gonna shove my barrel in their face.
There is killing to be done.
Okay, here we go. So just a reminder, we're doing Havoc. So this is a Havoc 40 testing apparatus. We are not testing the unyielding damage into Plague Ogryn that is not Havoc 40. The goal is to learn the Havoc 40. Alright, I should have everything else because I swapped over to this, so we should be good to go. Let's just spawn one in. We'll blast him. Should I aim for the face or the body or just like upper neck? I'll try face. I'll just do my best to get face shots. Alright, ready? Not bad. If I had Lucky Bullet, I bet that would even go better. Like, hang on. I have a Lucky Bullet build, I think, in here somewhere. Do I... Okay, real quick. I just am really curious, because this is the kind of weapon that benefits from Lucky Bullet, so... Going all in on the goofball PvP build. Alright, ready? Here we go. Rending over fire stacks. I don't think that's good, but I can try it. I'll just do it real quick after I test this one more time. With kickback. So, I gotta wait. Hey.
You lost.
That's stupid. Okay, I'll take off Lucky Bullet by switching back to this build. We'll do rending real quick, and then we'll test that too. I got at least 2 uses of it, so, I mean, there's maybe 3 in there. I couldn't quite tell. Gotta wait 28 seconds for the next one. What's up, JJJ? Prime Destroyer is good, but obviously you won't be hitting only headshots. Yeah, I mean we're test maxing right now just to compare like optimals, because what else are we gonna like? We did test chest shots on the stubbers earlier, and the Krork was the winner. So the Krork single stubber is currently the best Glugger weapon, period, as far as we can tell, for boss damage anyway, and probably for everything. Kind of poor. All right, well, let's... I took off Lucky Bullet for this, so all we got to do is... And we've got rending, so we're going to test. Ready? It seems worse. It seemed a lot worse. It wasn't bad, but it did seem worse. I feel like that was obviously worse. All right, let's go test it. Let's go get the data. Minimize the screen. Pull open the files. So many things. All right, we complete those because that will just refract. We got 2 tests. Okay. This is our expected build. There you go. Whack him in the face. He bled out while I was reloading. Alright, so 1744. Pretty good time. I mean, all headshots, but still. On 5 stacks. I didn't do any PvP on any other stacks, and maybe that would have been better, but that's... After first shot, all... And it was all headshots. I mean, this is best case scenario, 17 seconds. We know, and our best case scenario our worst case scenario for the fork heavy stubber is 30 seconds. So about double that with just body shots. And we know we're going to do somewhere between 12 and 30 seconds. So it is hard to stack the fire for sure. 100%. Absolutely. But you only need a handful of shots to do. I mean, you know, I think we're going to find out. We got rending in here, so we'll just look. This is with Lucky Bullet. This is our goofball Lucky Bullet build. We're going to count how many times we got Lucky Bullet in here, by the way. See? I can like play slow. We'll leaf through this. It's our tick marker. Hang on, I gotta zoom in. Gotta fix this. There. Get a reload. There's one. Get another reload. Here's Lucky Bullet once. Twice. Wait a second. Reload. Shoot. One shot. 2 shots. 3 shots. And then it's on cooldown, because why would it not have a cooldown, of course? I don't even know how that makes sense. There's another one. He dies. So we got 3 uses of Lucky Bullet out of that. So that's 3 free shots. And that net us 1250 is what it was. 1250. And we can go over here and we had Lucky Bullet. Free Lucky Bullet. Alright, now let's do rending. Bam, 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 bam. So 20 seconds. There you go. That's your answer. It seemed like it behaved like it had a cooldown because I had 2 in a row, so I don't know what what is it telling me when it's got that little like icon going away? Is it just there to let me know that something happened? Like I don't get it. So the rending wasn't good enough to care about, but not bad enough to worry about either. So like maybe kickback with rending is good because you can do damage to crushers, and like that could be something to test in the future. But so it's hardly like super suboptimal. It might be worthwhile to do for the other use cases, right? Because you don't care about doing boss damage as much as the other options then. But this is optimizing for boss damage is like, CDR for 2 seconds. Ah, could be what that was about. That's true. Okay, well, Lucky Bullet. Yeah, I assume that's what you meant. All right, well, I need to be right back, and then we're going to play some video game. So I'm going to actually get into the game and try one of these Gunlugger builds. I'll be right back. go play some. Let's go play some insane Gunlugger grin moments, and just see what happens. This is probably going to be unpleasant for me, and I may do a little dying here. So we're gonna have to play around and see what works. But we are maximizing for boss damage. I would like to kick it off as 4 Ogryns, but we could also bring along a couple other people depending on how things shake out. I should have a Havoc 40 we can spend. Not a great one, and we only have one left, so we might end up on Havoc 39. I don't really care. There's not that much of a difference. Let's kick into the party finder. If anybody wants to join me, now is your moment. I'll be listing my party, and we'll be trying for 4 Ogryns again to see if I can find enough Ogryns to play with. Is going to be the challenge, but I'd like to give it a go. Everybody else is expected, if you're going to be getting in on it from this chat, which there's 63 people in here, so I suspect that that's maybe 2 people who are available to join right now, then please make sure you bring a build that is a melee-oriented build, preferably my meta build, because it will be the strongest and least likely to go down, which I will probably need because, my god. That's a bold application from Lacked Key. I'm going to say no. Sorry, buddy. I'll leave you be for a second. Did they change something about Monster Specials Maelstrom? Anyone know something? I played earlier 2 rooms and we killed. I hope they changed something, because that sounds nice. I want more monsters in my Monstrous Maelstroms. I'm going to see if I can get some Ogryns to apply. That's a bold man. He's cleared a Havoc 4, and he's 58. If this is one of you, let me know. I mean, I'll let you in, but only if it's one of you. You're welcome to come with me. This guy? Yeah, he's in. You were invited to come. If you want to play Ogryn, just roll up my build, or at least roll up my build. You can put whatever weapons you need to put on it, since you have least played class. I'm not expecting you to do everything. And then we can just go from there. That is you, Rom? Alright, you're in. I said yes to this guy, what the heck? Infit. You don't see mine? It's listed. Are you looking? You might have the filters set wrong. Adjust your filters. For a high Havoc game, or just any and all Havocs, and scroll around looking for one with 2 Ogryns in it. Got space for 2, since one of the people didn't accept. So I got 2 people coming from chat to come join, so. I wish we could get custom matches. I wish we could get a lot of things. Whether or not I have to imagine there's a technical limitation, otherwise they would have given it to us with all the complaining we've done, so they just have to tough out what it is. Hey, it's Cappuccino. I bet that's the Cappuccino. So you guys remember I was telling you guys a little while ago, maybe those of you who were here for that stream, there is a Cappuccino I know. I'm on US East. Cappuccino did my solo challenge with every single class, melee only, back in like patch 12, and then did it after patch 15 as well. So they're a true skilled player. All right, I have tried to accept Mr. Ogryn multiple times. I will try one more time. I wonder if that's actually the Mr. E. He should come join me if true. I'll go see if he's streaming right now. One of you might not have made it. I apologize if that's the case, but no, I'm okay. Who is Grand?
It is.
It is the Mr. E. This will be a giggle. Well, it's good to finally play with you.
We'll see about that.
Oh, we're gonna have a giggle. I need to know which one of
Giggle
you
and a half.
is the last ogryn, because I'm gonna try and get at least somebody in here. I know we had several people coming. So what's
need
your
to know.
character name?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
I had to find my push to talk button.
Yeah, I don't ever use mine either.
I know it was a bold application. The reason was because I can never find a Havoc game with anybody.
I mean, fair enough.
I have beaten Auric Maelstrom at least a dozen times.
That's all good. I'm very flexible. We got a lot of people. I'm gonna pick someone here. Is that Sraku? It's Sunrock. It's not Sraku. It's Forrester. You're a Forrester. Okay, I will take Forrester. I'm sorry. I apologize to anybody who didn't manage to get in this time. I have picked from the list of people who have asked. I have waited as long as I could. We can maybe cycle some people out, but we've got a full party. So we're running my 40. We're gonna see how it goes. I am running the heinous Gunlugger boss damage build, so this is gonna be nasty.
Pickaxe Generalist.
Take shield here just for my own survivability, because I'm not gonna have a lot of survivability. But we're gonna roll pickaxe the first time, see how it goes. If it goes badly, we'll switch to F and B. Maybe we'll start with shield, because I'm really, all I need to do with my shield is just not get knocked over and killed. I don't need mobility for it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna see how this pairs. It's good to have a pickaxe in your team for extra boss damage, for extra clear, and big stuff. So that's how you would want to run ogryn typically.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
good.
That's fine. I need to fucking sprint downstairs and.
We are to use the Heretics Cogitator array against them by uploading false
You're on EU ping. Oh, it's gonna be rough for you.
Authorize the use of a servo scout to aid cipher identity.
I wish there were
At
more
least
maps
it's
in
an easy
Havoc.
map.
Do not damage it.
Yeah, we're lucky on that point. That's for sure.
Damage the array. It is a tool you can
Clandestine would have been hell.
Data upload only. No.
Getting done at
yeah.
is hard enough without ogryn hitboxes.
I've done a few clandestiums as ogryn, and it's always a goof, especially when you get to the big like gunner dump in the middle section. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. This one has lots of nice close quarters, so bull rush and taunt. OP.
Doesn't look much better.
But here's the question: can I use this gun as a gun for the rest of the game? Because it's pretty ammo efficient, and I've got 250 shots.
Got to take food when and where you can.
If you relocate to the bazaar, you should be able to scan for cipher idents.
Look pretty good.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
You got eaten alive by those.
This isn't so bad. I just need a little of that. Hang on, I need my toughies.
This is a really unfortunate seed with all these shotgunners.
Yeah, this is not great.
It's better than regular gunners though. But I really wanted it to be maulers.
Oh, poor Grom. He's gonna have a hard game.
Okay, never mind. Why can't they make them invulnerable during the charge?
They need to. They do.
It's so ridiculous. The Zealot just phases through reality, time and space. And I'm instantly killed by these auto-cracking shotguns.
Pull it back. Pull it back. We'll get a respawn that way. Oh, it's live. God, being an ogryn sucks sometimes.
It's Most times, yeah. It's just, yeah, there's just nothing to do. We're gonna all have to play Gunner Ogryn and shoot our way through.
We do. We just played, unfortunately, quite badly into that.
It's just the fact that they can track
Yeah.
you while you're charging full speed is crazy.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, you can get away with it if you time it well, but you have to time it well.
Good to know.
Otherwise, what you do is you just work around the edges, and you get your charges together or
We're
something.
gonna have to hide, just hide from any like 2 shotgunners that were in the little cubby on the left. Just like there's
I
just 2
dodged the wrong
shotgunners on
way.
the side.
Like, I
and
usually dodge back against poxwalkers. There just happened to be a trapper behind it
heroes of
firing.
old hang their heads in shame at your failure.
Clandestium, we have blade spreads. We'll just, or not Clandestium, sorry, it's Chasm. What's my friend code?
Can
I
I,
am not
show
going
you
to put
something
my
real
friend
quick on
code
my,
up on
spec?
the stream, probably. I have.
I'll
it
be
goes bad for me already.
right back. Just need to share
Oh, yep,
something.
that's fine. Yeah, I think basically, if we buffed charge, that would be the
I don't
easiest
have
thing to do.
stun regen on anything, so there we go. Okay, yeah, ready. Queue up.
I clicked the button. I'll have you know it's just not doing anything.
Oh,
Give me 1 second. Oh my god.
Speak.
there we go.
Zom, we will try to get you in here. We'll do some swapping here. We'll give Grom another try, and then if he goes
Should I
down...
grab like the replenishment aura, or should we just stick to Bonebreaker?
the main thing for your survivability is going to be F and P. The rest of it, just, I don't know, run what you think is good. I can't see your build because I don't have the mod for that.
I just see that like all of us are running Bonebreakers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a pathing thing for the most part. So you
Yeah,
don't really need to.
the only way you could really run the heat, whatever it's called, stay close, is if you were running a taunt Ogryn, because otherwise you're going to miss out on batter, and bleed stacks are how we're going to win this game.
Yeah, bleed stacks are absolutely critical. And also, we need, like, the 3 of you guys to have that kind of melee build, because I'm not going to be doing a lot of melee damage this game. I'm basically here to help us progress through bosses faster. Of course, that's scheduled. This whole idea is scheduled around the way I've been playing with JSAT, not, you know, just like random pub lobbies, so it's not going to work the same, but it's fine.
What we're after and get it aboard the retrieval craft. Can you handle that?
Will do my best, boss.
Fill in for JSAT.
Tall order.
I'm at least as good as 1.5 JSATs. Easily.
I do not like this sneaky.
I actually never seen him play Ogryn, so.
Expecting crowd.
Posted a couple videos of his Ogryn games with us, so you could go check them out if you want. They're on his channel.
Find courage. Kill all. Ranger.
Much better.
A lot of rage.
Touch the Ranger. Ranger's gone.
It's my, oh, I gotta turn this music off as soon as I get a chance. I just forgot that it was on.
Push your backs, Ranger spawn.
Good easy spawn. For Ogryns, this is like the ideal spawn. Kill that music. There we go, that's much better.
Oh, wait, that dog knew? No! No!
Pull it back.
Maybe it's not real quick. Or might be good too.
Hit him. Made this off. That's part of my problem. Okay, using this gun for that purpose. Missing ammo. I gotta remember this is mostly about killing bosses. Got shove. God, the damage output is so bad.
Ammo, great.
We're close to Medicaid, I think.
Kitback feels so bad for this. Holy shit. I didn't realize.
It just doesn't quite kill.
No, the breakpoints are so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they're rough.
It's like the one thing it's got. Oh my god. Okay, well that just whole fucking army came out of nowhere as I crossed the street.
I might be able to help him with this.
Good cluster.
Honestly, just gonna hit him with that. Keep it clear. I got a green stim back here.
Oh, there's Hell Station up here, or almost done.
I just need someone should grab it. You don't need to use it.
Oh, stop.
I'm happy to chat with you guys, chat. I might not be able to respond to everything, because obviously I'm going to have to do a little attention, but this is not the giga focus that I was trying to do with JSAT and crew, so you don't have to be quiet. You can ask me questions. We can chat. It's cool. That's Horde. Line of sight.
Goddamn gas.
Nice. Blessings for Ogryn Cleaver.
I'll just keep shooting you.
On this mode, Slaughterer and Wrath, or no, Savage Sweep, excuse me, the Cleave Blessing. In Oryx, I would actually say that Slaughter Thrust is the best, because those heavy attacks with Thrust do much better armor-piercing damage with Thrust than without, so you can use it effectively into Crushers, which is a huge advantage. You guys get grenades as first prio.
Boss is back up.
Riot Run, 4 shields, 4 kickbacks. That'd be really fun, actually, Yennefer. We could try that, yeah.
Trapper from behind. The most staggered boss ever.
I don't think I swapped back to not rending. Oh no! I'm using the rending. I had to play this build entirely wrong all game. That's so nasty. Oh, I'm shooting the Crushers, I guess. Based barrel. It's just tragic. Butter and Thrust, yeah, for Orcs. Anything Orc and Blow. And that goes for the Mark III, the Mark IV, whatever flavor you want. It's all the same. I got res. I got res, I got res. I left Rending on instead of Fire Stacks. This is a tragedy.
Oh no. Your one roll.
Literally, yep.
You had one jump.
Literally disaster.
Watch out, Ogryn. Or Reaper.
Hang on, can I like Alt F4 and like rejoin and change my build?
I love these kickbacks just like knock them down. Do about 5 damage. Oh, I'm glad we didn't go any further and spawn that guy before.
And you will
Bring this back to the corner here. Oh, we got a guy on top of this crate.
Not do it.
That gas bomb before he doesn't work.
There it is.
It's behind him.
Fine. Damage-wise, that's not great, but hey. Oh, what was that? Actually, no one hit me there. God, not having Feel No Pain feels so bad. I can always tell.
I can feel myself getting better at this game.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Oh my god. No, wait until you see what's at the bottom of the fucking stairs before you say that. But we got the nice boss hole behind us though. Cover it.
That's all my ammo.
Yeah, I'm not going up there. There's also the Reapers on this fucking stairs. I'll wait.
Can do this, though. Observe the health pool improve. The exact situation I was talking about. Can I get free ammo? No, I don't have Lucky Bullet. Alright, I can finally leave. That's the other thing. It's an ult tied to having ammo, which you cannot guarantee you have.
I got gunned down.
Yeah. About to follow the same suit, I think. It's like a
The
target presser.
Reapers.
Probably met
In the hole. Where's your back?
Oh,
Them coming here.
In the hole. This is where I was pulled.
Oh, using the hole the monster came out of.
That's why I kept
is
saying
very
boss hole.
smart.
Yeah. It's a spawnless room. Respawn. Cover.
Talking. There's nothing else I can do.
They'll run into aim eventually, right? Oh god, that guy was a little bit shorter than I thought he'd be.
Careful, the metal fences don't actually provide any cover.
What the fuck did it hit me for? All of my toughness.
God, Bonehead has dropped in
Damn, they're
and
still up
dropped
here shooting. They're just shooting at the
another
wall.
20
Fuck off.
memberships. More W's for Bonehead. This man is single-handedly building my channel for me. And I am more than grateful. I am incredibly grateful. And I'm feeling...
No, this is not the tactically sound way to go, but these guys are pissing me off.
Demon host right there. So we're not going that way. It's a demon host down there, so we're not going that way.
That's why I was up here. We could go all the way on the left side. I've never ever gone over there. We could go there. Oh, I have ammo crates. It's juice.
Take one.
Alright, take one.
Seriously?
Let's go to the left side.
I hope I'm doing alright not being a detriment to the team.
You aren't? I think it's great that you're here. We're doing a challenge run. This is goofball nonsense.
What do you have to shoot? Can you shoot that guy?
Yeah, I should be able to shoot him. Hang on.
Well, don't let him shoot you first. Oh. There. It's just bullet resistant. Just getting shot in the fence for 5 million damage. I'm gonna go back up top. Easy held again.
Let's take high ground. I'm gonna take whatever stim that is.
Oh, we got the just fire.
It's not a stim, it's a
Should have
candle.
It should have like a minute left.
Chug, there was ammo in the
Thanks again, Bonehead.
bottom left.
Genuinely.
Yes, that big one.
I think the rending talent is so bad. We need to do something. Like, it'd be good if it was in the context of the old game, but it's not. It's not worth it anymore, so I don't know what to do about it, to be honest. Like, genuinely, I don't know what to do about it.
Can't stay there, pal. Stop to kill.
Easy res. Easy res. Look at us. Even with the wrong build, we're doing fine. No one cares about bruisers.
So much for green. Not so big,
Hear a whoosh. Did you guys hear a whoosh on that? What is meant by the old game? So the game balance was very, very different from what it is now. Back in what would it have been? Havoc. Or it used to be that the game was much slower with less enemies, and the balance was harder for the average player. At just Damnation, and that's the abilities were left as powerful. And so the old game was Damnation was the hardest difficulty, and it'd probably be easy for me to play now, but like back in the day that was pretty hard. and your kit was much
So
weaker.
fucking
And
scary
that
going
changed in patch. What was that? Patch
Knowing there could be,
14.
like 3 gunners spread out across the whole thing.
They changed the dynamics of the gameplay a lot.
That's actually really empty.
The game is like so quiet.
So there's a gunner above me here. On the top out. There he is.
Speed is so noticeable.
Okay. I'm getting trapped. I said don't love trap me.
Like that little maneuver, eh? Version 13 was when they added skill trees, and version 14 was when they upped the difficulty of enemy spawns. So those two patches together, I usually think of them as like they changed all the enemy toughness pools and stuff.
Havoc
But the game is still
just
easier.
designed to punish ogrins, and I had never thought about how bad the green paste on the floor is for ogrins.
Yeah, I mean it's really annoying.
I'm nowhere
His
near
reach
it, and
though,
I'm getting hit.
his reach is long enough that you can stay out of it, so that actually works in his favor compared to some weapons on some classes. The main issue is we're playing core Ogryn. We don't have any other class to get to crutch off of for the solutions to those problems, because Ogryn has none.
the shouts, the gold toughness, the cure, the
Yeah, literally.
anything.
If you put Ogryn in the context of having a full squad with other abilities, he's actually fine. It's just the rest. But then he has trouble solo, right? So
It's like that's what makes like Zealot so strong. It's like he is just the solo god too.
he is the solo guy.
Yeah, and then he can also be the strongest support character with Chorus. Just unfair they had to make my favorite class so strong. Suffering from success.
Shotgunner wave. I need to stop shooting so much.
I'm gonna fucking lose my wound to green shit.
Taking damage here that I should not be taking. Oh my god. Where did it? I did not hear that guy like he was nearby. I can use my ability more? Okay. I'll use my ability more, Yennefer. Well, if we lose here, I can go get the right build, so... Upshot. I'm toast. Adjust the volume here, because I think my game is turned down too much. I can't hear.
I just don't know how we ever get get the thing done. We'll get eaten alive. If they have one person on it, everyone else stands around them with their shields planted.
I just think that you just send two people out to smash, and then two people at the staircases with charge, so they can run into everything if they need to.
For me.
If you clear a game,
Okay. We can at least abuse the fact that the respawn is right here.
Fucking got it.
nicely done.
Do not disrupt the flow of data again.
Your fight is good at 1 HP as you do at full HP. Remember that. Until
If you can't
have
do
0
it with no HP, you don't deserve to be at full HP.
Until you have 0 HP, at which point you fight 0% as good.
Okay, so every time I'm going to use my gun for any task at all, I'm going to hit PvB, even if it's just like one trapper. because
So,
I can predict boss spawns. So I think Yen is very right. Secret corruption heal technique. Die.
Go for it.
That's how it's done.
You have successfully reconnected. Now, maintain connection. Parameters almost met.
I'm just worried about the next tunnel below. That little fork area where the beam host can spawn can be rough.
Yeah. You gotta go get it.
Data streams.
Oh wait, all those gunners out here. Oh my god,
I got
there's so many
surprised.
gunners. Stealth gunners.
Correctly.
I didn't hear anything. I think it was
No.
just
No,
the
I
guys.
needed-
Yeah.
Yeah, it just all those gunners just materialized. They were all in.
He just got
I'm gonna-
mulched.
I'm gonna swap to my Feel No Pain build for this, and also take the right talent.
Okay.
And we'll run it one more time. But like, you know, multiple more times. As many times as I got Havocs, but
I
I feel like I'm doing pretty good though.
I think you're doing just fine.
Yeah, everyone's doing fine. I'm doing the most fine.
Yeah, those shotgunners just destroyed me. It's rough.
I'm blaming on ping. That's my defense.
Acceptable. So we've got Feel No Pain. We need the Reloaded and Ready talent. So we're going to swap off this and get this instead of Massacre. And
I think with the changes to the fact that like gunners can strafe and shit now, just how much more threatening they are, they need a sound cue like snipers have, where you can like snipers are super loud when they move. They have like the jingling of their little like clips and stuff. I would
You'll lose
love
it. It did
a
save
sound
my
cue to let
mess
you
a
know
couple
that there is a
times.
gunner or a shotgunner that's like running around.
yeah, I would appreciate something like that as well.
Because
It's a
I
bit-
was
a bit difficult.
completely blindsided by the fact that there was 3 shotgunners just 5 feet away.
Do you seek to prove yourself?
Give me just a second. I'm pushing a talent around.
This is easily one of the hardest maps too, so we have our work cut out for us.
It's going to be hard at the end and in the tunnels.
It's
it's just
the
going to be tough
last-
everywhere.
The last area is a fucking nightmare. That huge, like,
This is a
dilapidated
39
tunnel.
JP.
Oh my god.
You don't get anything other than resources out of
I don't
that.
know.
No. At break,
I did a
rights.
240s cleanse test out of Gloriana, and that was fucking.
Yeah. But at least
Fuck.
with Clandestium, you get past that first downhill slope in the first event and across the tram, and then you clear that big ass room, and then it's pretty chill from there.
Actually,
But,
yeah,
like-
the end event is not that bad.
Is anybody running a shield but not using the block talk?
I am.
You should, because it does make
To
shotgunners
pull
come
the
melee you.
shotgunners.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
It won't do gunners, but it does
Hmm.
shotgunners and it does shooters. So that takes them out of the action and brings them to melee.
I'm trying to think what I should draw for that.
Implacable, maybe?
I guess I could just drop no pushover. I love no pushover though.
I also love no pushover. It's amazing.
It's very, very nice.
It's a very good flex talent if you aren't very good at melee.
Well, what if I just go...
Shield, it derives huge benefits because you can knock just about everything in front of you over for a long radius. So it's just basically a big stagger shove for free. It's good. The friends you make over in the way. True.
Do you reckon before Duquesne retires?
Oh, it's late in the day. I probably got time for like one more. So we're going to do one good run and then we're going to go.
Yeah,
Well,
I just
how-
don't know what I would swap for it.
Yeah, actually, I have the
If
same
I lose
problem.
that,
I don't have
yeah.
it.
If I
I
lose
don't-
that, then I was... I can take it, but I'm losing no pushover, and I can't lose unstoppable or just getting started. Those are two integral, and everything else is like singular points.
You need toughest? I don't know.
I don't know. What's toughest? Oh,
Toughness is the...
I'm not doing middle tree. I'm heavy hitter.
Oh, okay.
What if I'll just take trample off? There we go. I'll just do a one node ogryn. Or even actually here, what about this? I'm just gonna do regular ass indomitable. I'm gonna take 2 stubborn to die too, because we spent so fucking long at no HP in that one.
True. That's like
feel
that's
like
why
I might
I was
spend a
like
very long
martyrdom's
time
actually
below a
secret meta.
third. Yeah.
Like you're gonna be low health a lot. So Whereas then you have to take wound curios for us.
What if wound curios are the meta for ogryn? Because you don't get any return on your investment from health or toughness, because it takes it all away from you.
Decent amount of toughness. You go from like 80 toughness. Like my build has 132 toughness or 36 in Havoc 40, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
The alternative is like
all,
60 or
like,
80 toughness.
17 toughness curios?
I have a 16, a 15, and a 17, and then I take the 5% toughness with that, and then I take all the nodes that I can find in my build. I mean, you can see the build. It's the meta build video I made about what's good on ogryn specifically. Not that ogryn himself is meta, but just in general.
Fair enough. I'm kind of just trying to make as much of a flex character as I can.
Yeah, I mean, I for sure. That's essentially what my meta build is. It just does everything and dies the least. So that's what it's for. All right, we ready? Everybody ready?
Yeah.
The Emperor.
I think I only got time for like one more shot. I started late in the day at the gaming because I was studying the stubbers for so long. But very interesting outcomes.
While you were gaming, I was studying the stubbers.
I studied stubbers.
2 stubborn to die or the implaceable one?
Hold on. Let's see.
What's implaceable? Implacable.
15 damage reduction while charging heavies.
Oh, I mean, you should have. Personally, I don't think that Feel No Pain, the middle tree, is worth anything, especially given how often we're taking damage in this mode. You just get like chipped, and it's only 25% damage reduction at the start. Heavy Hitter is so strong, and it replenishes your toughness like twice as fast. I think that the left column is, personally, if you ever watch my videos on it, I think that Feel No Pain is like pretty much like a dead keystone. It doesn't offer anything.
I think you're absolutely wrong about Feel No Pain in Havoc. And I know we disagree, and that's
Havoc,
totally fine.
maybe
In Havoc, so I wouldn't run Feel No Pain in Orc. I don't give a shit about Feel No Pain in Orc. But in Havoc, Feel No Pain solves your chip damage problem. That's exactly what it does. And it gets rid
That's
of...
a little bit less. Oh.
It solves the ranged chip damage problem especially well, unless you misplay so bad you're standing in the open and have nowhere to retreat to. Which, like, people do that, but don't.
I just wish it was more.
It's not interesting. It's not an interesting.
It's not interesting, and I hate that it's a keystone that degrades the more you use it. Like, if you get hit, it's like worse.
Yeah.
Pox gas tears it apart
Yeah.
if you ever
Yes,
get
it
that
does.
modifier.
Yes, it
If
does.
when you're in a bad situation and you've already like taken a couple hits, it's doing nothing for you. It can't call you back from a bad situation. And that's
Not a clawback talent, but what it does do is it keeps you healthy for the bad situation. You take
It's a
so much
maintenance
less damage on it. Alright, this is going to be a much better build for me for sure, because I have Feel No Pain, and I have
bunch of special out of this
the push.
clown door.
I just don't have any melee talents, unlike my typical Indomitable. So that's why he's still alive after the 900th swing.
Sure, Bryson.
Hang on. Perfect. Where's that sniper?
What's this thing trying to get me?
There he is.
Get the fuck away from me! There's so many of you little bastards.
thing is, like, so just, Mr. You can get a chance to see this later.
There was
I'm sure I'm on mute right now for you on the screen.
Behind me.
You're using no pushover.
Push me to the hole.
If you're using no pushover, you want reloaded and red. You want the push talent on Feel No Pain because you're gonna use no pushover anyway. So it's just built into the basic design.
The bomber. Yes. Sniper down.
Can't believe you got me up after that.
Yeah. Just had to shoot that flamer. Flamer's will cook you. Shoot me, you fools. Okay, well, Jesus fucking Christ. Just came in swinging. Get the reds. Should be fine. Oh my god, the singular gunner.
They're just shooting point blank.
Yeah.
Serious. He tracked me back through the window and dove around the edge so I couldn't push him.
Yep.
It's nasty. Alright. Well, we've done way better, so let's just rerun it. That took no time. I got one more try anyway, and then I probably got a bail before 5. 20.
I wish I was a god ogryn instead of a god.
I wrote missions yesterday.
Psyker.
Or on Tuesday with Jason.
No, I think you chose right.
I think went a little better.
Be really good at the. I would rather be really good at the class that's like, you know, can solo carry the game.
My time.
Yeah, but I've seen some the god ogryns, man. It's such a delight to just watch them go to town.
I agree. It is very fun to watch a good ogryn just like go ham.
I'm trying to be that guy.
It takes a lot of practice. The ogryn is not in a good spot. He needs buffs.
The main thing is just like usually mobility is a dump stat on weapons, but on ogryn, dodges are so important. So you have to make a sacrifice whether or not you want damage or mobility.
Yeah, that's an interesting notion.
You're fine though, because your dodge count is you always have the maximum dodge count as long as you have above 50 on your mobility stat or whatever it is, defense stat, whatever it's related
The
to.
knife has negative 9% mobility. It has only negative 7% mobility on high dump stat, on high mobility though. Oh boy, negative 7%. That's insane.
Okay, so it still is the dump stat. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta. That's like the first thing that needs to be looked at on knives.
Well,
that's insane.
If it's a weapon that has the defenses stat, that's the dump stat then. But usually they don't have both mobility and defense. There are a couple exceptions, but I don't remember if ogryn has any of those weapons.
Frontal assault isn't going to work, but you can get in through maintenance.
We make traitors pay.
But like on my shield, defense
Banned.
is the dump, but it doesn't.
I think.
have abilities probably.
Are you one of the persons who posted on the forums about the ogryn run you did? Because I saw some people doing it. That was very cool. It's what. I mean, I did it before the game dropped live, but because obviously like testing stuff. But I'm not gonna waste ammo on this. Got a taunt grin. Who's running taunt? Taunt is good, by the way. Taunt is not bad at all.
Not a great start. Charge
I'm sorry.
No more noise from that range. Catch the range.
Maybe Feel No Pain should just give you like constant toughness regeneration.
It's kind of designed to, but toughness coherency regen doesn't work.
Yeah, it's even worse for open. The circles are huge. Oh my god, dog.
It's gonna be necessary. Just trust me. Focusing on that first. It's a way bigger threat to us, just a single gas man.
him at this defense troop right here.
I'm going to do less melee damage than everybody else because I am using Feel No Pain. I'm also going to take less damage than everybody else.
Green shit.
There. Worth it. Yeah, block cost, I really want to take block cost. I think, so I've got stamina, and I've got a lot of toughness and ability regen, and that's what I'm doing, but I've been thinking about what my sub-nodes might be. Like, I might sacrifice a 5% toughness to get some block cost reduction, or, like, anything else.
What an opening.
Thrilling and exciting.
But at least this part seems a little chilly.
Yeah, to say something.
The trigger, we got enemies coming from behind.
Not so tough.
Just hold the real tight ankle.
Get the boat. This is gonna suck for us. We gotta get out of here. Called it. I'm gonna die. Yeah. I died there. That was a Gunlugger moment.
Oh my god, I'm completely trapped.
Ah, I just got nicked.
Very nice taunt, thank you. Pops that trapper. Watch the goo. Uh-oh.
Oh, the fucking gas. Just give me a reprieve from the gas.
What killed me?
A better run than that. I mean, Gunlugger feels terrible. I know you guys watched me clear this like a bazillion times with my normal meta build, and it's fine. What I want to do is clear it with this stupid Glugger build, but it
Hey,
feels
corruption resistance on my curios.
I'll get
They
them
don't see
for
me.
you.
They don't see me.
Yeah, that's another thing you could do for this particular mode with all these goo boys. Mr. E's got a clutch. Can he do it? He's gonna run into a boss trigger probably, so.
Now it's stale blood and decay.
I don't know if putting myself in here is helping me or is that feeling about to climb. Oh, damn it.
That's such an ogryn moment. Good try, really good try.
Oh, GG.
Yes, I had the same thought, Drunk Pine. I was like, maybe I can hit it. Good work. Yeah, I'm not at all surprised that I'm like really low damage. You don't have to block cancel with the shield. The second heavy is decent for spread, but it's especially decent for spreading leaves. So that's the one thing you have to remember about it, is that it's really good for spreading.
Well, it was fun playing.
It was, and I wish we could do another one because I'm starting to get the hang of this god-awful build. Though it's it's definitely designed for a different kind of gameplay. And Mr. E, thanks for coming to join me. It's actually really great to have you.
Yes, I'll be around.
Cool. Well, we'll try again someday for this goofball challenge run. Obviously, I'm going to try it again later with the other crew as well, but this build is disgusting and I hate it in Havoc.
So torture yourself with it more.
Yeah, well, you gotta test everything. And also, I really wanted to see if the boss damage was there, but of course I brought the wrong build when we got the boss, so genius.
I will say that whatever the first build you brought, it was not.
It was not there, no. It was
So we can check the no.
No, we can check the no. The rending just is bad, so. Anyway, have a good day.
All right, GG's everyone.
All right, y'all. It's about 45 minutes to drop out for me. Normally, I would enthusiastically keep grinding my head against the millstone here, but and I'd love to get Mr. E on here again sometime so we can get some more games in. It was very entertaining. But I think I will just call it 15 minutes early today. Thank you all so much for visiting. Thanks for hanging around while we tested a bunch of like pretty tedious ogryn stuff to see what works and what doesn't. I think so. I'm just gonna say one thing before I go. Like I'll give you like 5 minutes of thoughts on Havoc. So my Feel No Pain ogryn build feels really good compared to what I just played. Like I just want to say that up front. Like that build, the build I typically run, feels really good. GG, Mr. E. Thank you, JP. Thank you for the memberships. The gifted memberships are incredibly appreciated. I'm feeling a lot of the love today for my hard work, and I hope everybody learned a little something earlier. I think I'm still really shocked that the quirk stubber with fire, not with rending, which is what I accidentally ran the first time, is pretty good into bosses. I'd like to try that on stream next week, so tune in for that. We'll give it a shot, regardless of whether or not I get a chance to win one with JSAT. I'm going to come back and do this on stream again because it's really entertaining. I'm just going to give my thoughts real quick on this build. So this build feels pretty bad so far into Havoc's. This makes it feel better than this. This makes the damage feel way better. This makes my survivability feel way better. I feel much more mobile. And that's not just because of this. It's also because it runs through no pushover. It runs through Attention Seeker. I'm using the shield. That feels good. This set of keystones in Havoc gives you a toolkit to work with. This build is the build I run. If you haven't seen my video, this is the build. Very simple. And the reason is you get all the bleed from this. That stacks with batter. That goes into light and destruction. You come through here, you get all this stuff. You don't need these two nodes. They're not good. They don't do anything for your basic build. A node I would like to get is Payback. I don't have the ability to pick up Payback. Maybe I could find something to drop, but I'm not going to take Dominate because Dominate Rending is actually really, really strong on ogryn. So at least for the bleed, because it affects your bleed stacks, which is where a lot of your damage comes from. And that's why that's important. And that works on flak armor and carapace armor, so it makes the difference in your kill times, and I've tested it. Now, you could probably drop it, and you could take Payback, and maybe that would be fine. I don't know, but I would have to test. And I don't have the capacity to test that right now. I might, but this is the build I prefer. It feels really good. This build feels good in Havoc. This mobility, having this mobility with this cooldown reduction feels great. When I'm playing Gunlugger, and I'm stuck with this, Point Blank Barrage, I feel stuck all the time. I feel like I can't leave, I can't move, I can't do anything I want to do, so that's really uncomfortable. That's what makes this build feel really bad, is just the lack of mobility, and that's the same thing that makes Zealot feel bad. But Zealot has other ways to survive, right? ogryn, not so great. His shield is okay. It's funny that we did our best run the first time around at the hardest, but hey, that stuff happens. These are okay. I don't think these are bad. I'll be trying this again. I'll be seeing how it feels, and we'll see how it goes. For sure, 100%. Yeah, ogryn without charge doesn't feel mobile. You have to kill, but then he doesn't have great times to kill because all his weapons are bad. So I just really want to see ogryn get buffed, and I really want to. I'm looking forward to that. This build is quite literally what I ran on that Rush 40 that I did. So if you go watch that, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure most of you who are here have. There's a video on rushing 40 where I played an ogryn. This is what I ran. I ran Rumbler. This is my Rumbler. This is my Cleaver. And I ran this exact build, which is just the same build as my meta build, but with a Cleaver. I wouldn't do that again because it turns out the Cleaver doesn't have better mobility, and that's what I took it for. So who the heck cares, I guess. You either run the shield or the pickaxe on an ogryn, so cool. All right, well, that was my final thoughts. Drop the top two right-hand keystones and pick up linchpin to free up a point. Wait, hang on. On the meta build, show me what you're thinking. So you're thinking drop the two right-hand keystones. You're talking these? Feel No Pain? Strongest? Oh, you're thinking drop Steady Grip and Towering Presence and then take linchpin to go down through here. So I wouldn't get Steady Grip. I will try it. Bonehead. I will try it, and I will tell you what I think. My feeling is that Steady Grips constantly gives me the ability to change my mind about being low toughness. It's not better. It's better than the shield, but it's not better than the pickaxe. Yeah, powering and presence. Yeah, I got you. I will give it a shot, and we'll see if we can pick up a few points. I'll show you the weapon real quick. So here's the shield mobility. It is -14 with 2 dodges. Bad. Okay, it's 3 stamina. Sprint cost is high. Here's the cleaver. 4, -9. Sprint speed is in the positives. Okay, that's handy, right? That's good. Pickaxe. Sprint speed is also in the positive and barely any higher. Better dodge distance. Same dodge count. Better stamina. Literally, this is a worse weapon for no reason. Insane. Insane. Yeah, I will give it a shot, Bonehead, for sure. I will test it out and let you know when I get around to playing my meta build in Havoc again. Obviously, the runs did not go good this afternoon, but that's okay. We had fun. And I really want to test this build out and see how it performs as a boss damage option. It feels really squishy and immobile, so without good team coordination and a 4 Havoc Ogryn thing, it's going to be tough to beat that. Like, that's hard as it is, so, you know, we had a good time. I'm sorry I didn't get to play with everybody. Thank you to the people who did jump in, including Mr. E, who I am very grateful to have had on my stream and hanging out in a game. It was very fun. I hope we can do that again sometime. I'm always happy to have some of the other members of the Darktide, you know, YouTubing community on. And we'll have to, you know, it would be really fun, Mr. E, if we ever get a chance. I don't know if you're still around, but if you catch this part of it, or someone tells you about it, what we should try to do sometime is you should run your preferred Ogryn build in Havoc, Cordy, and I'll run mine, and we'll just see how things shake out. Like, that'd be a very interesting test to see how things shake out. I mean, we've done similar things on JSAT's stream and Combine, but I can't remember who's been running Feel No Pain and who's been running Heavy Hitter, so it'd be very interesting to give it a shot. I'd like to see how that plays. No, we could actually do, if we want, is we could actually swap builds. You could try my build, I'll try your build, we'll see if we change opinions. That'd be a good little exercise and entertainment. And other than that, I think we'll call it a day. So thank you all so much for visiting. Thank you to so many people, JP, and to Bonehead for the fantastic donations of memberships to my channel. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you to all the members who are already there, who have signed up, or who've been gifted. I appreciate your support as I go through this testing process and figure things out, trying to make the game a little better for everybody.